I'm streaming to Discord. Alright, like so. Boom. Boom. Just in case, I know it's super late for most of my audience, but welcome one and all, back to No More Heroes 2, Desperate Struggle. If I play my cards right, this is going to be our last stream of this game, for the time being anyway. As you can see, where we last left off, we were fighting the game's notoriously difficult and, honestly quite infuriating final boss, Jasper Batt Jr. We'd made it through Phase 1 quite easily. Phase 2 is the one that everybody, remembers oh so fondly years after the fact. And, yeah, I can definitely see why. The problems here are manifold. As happened here, he can just throw you through a plate glass window for an instant kill, and has a tendency to do that quite frequently. Like many of the game's bosses, even though it's not a problem for most of them, his attacks knock you flat. He's got combos that seem teleporting all across the field. Hey, Val, welcome. And I'm glad you were able to address the pain you were dealing with, at any rate, though I am sorry you're still quite sore. I'm doing alright, man, doing alright. Are you feeling okay? On the road to recovery, at any rate? We're fighting a very famous boss tonight. You missed all of the good stuff from No More Heroes 2. Now it's just down to what is frequently cited as one of the worst bosses in, modern character action games. At the very least, they let us restart from Phase 2. I appreciate that. The boss was deliberately designed to demonstrate the futility of revenge that serves as the game's central moral, so therefore was intended to be as unpleasant, as lame in design and mechanics, and unfulfilling as possible. Which, I mean, hey, if you're going to make a point in an auteurish fashion, I can't necessarily slight that, but maybe this isn't the best way to do that? Just saying. Maybe keep the goofy aesthetics that make this considerably underwhelming for a final boss, but still make it manageable. You can hardly tell, but I think Yuri Lowenthal voiced this guy. Oh yeah, Val, these swords are really cool. They're called the Rose Nasty. And we received them as a gift from a famed Japanese director who actually cameoed in the game. This is the worst Batman reboot. So, do you remember that pizza company whose CEO we were tasked with killing off 4 or 5 times in side missions in the first game? Well, this is the inheritor of that company, the last remaining son. And he's out for revenge too, through the power of steroids. Whoa. And there it is! Did you see any point in there where I could have reacted to that attack? No? That's alright. That's how the fight works. I do appreciate that they use sound effects very similar to the teleportations from Dragon Ball Z, though. That's kinda nice. Hey Eclipse, welcome, welcome. I'm hoping we can get this one on the books tonight, because, if so, I'm going to be moving on to a playthrough, most likely, that I think you're really gonna enjoy, man. Val says steroids and Batman. Yeah, a terrible combination. Just one or the other. His name actually is Jasper Batt Jr., so it's clever, I guess, but... Okay, at least if we really exploit his charge-up times, we can get more hits in. That's good, that's good. Maybe I was playing too defensively last night. We gotta get him away from those, though. We gotta get him... Eclipse says Jasper, 2.5 hours. I could hold out that long. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't even made it to the 3rd phase, though, which I've heard is bad, but for totally different reasons. Which sounds like something I could handle. Even the music for this fight is ridiculous. And I think intentionally so. How did we go from Captain Vladimir to this in less than an hour? Like, we went from the ghost of a cosmonaut, unaware that he's returned to the Earth, and controlled by, like, this parasitic alien technology, wielding, like, the control device for an orbital laser satellite, and voiced by Paul Eiding, to this. At least his projectile attack is nothing at all to contend with. As is his grab, actually. It's just the punches we have to worry about. Oh wait, we've got ecstasy mode! Oh, shit! I can teleport too now, Jasper! Oh! Oh man, that felt good. No guarantee we're gonna win, but it is a guarantee I'm gonna feel much better about myself for the rest of the evening. Oh, shit. Oh, here it comes. Yep. Gotta love stun locking. And the fact that if it appears like you've got the upper hand over him in these later stages, his AI is built to just start spamming it. Oh, he's using the tornado punches already? That's very bad, actually. Oh, no. It's okay. It's okay, we can take this. At least the grab deals no damage at all. I'm actually perfectly alright with eating a few of the grabs. That allows... Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry, I'll get caught up on chat. I just really want to make sure we make it through this, because they do give us a checkpoint after every phase of the fight, which I appreciate. I mean, it's not like we really needed one after phase 1, but it was there. Might as well top our health off, just in case. Make sure he doesn't send us through the window. It's just that he gets the attacks off faster than we can react. Like with our rolls iframes. That's okay, man. You suplex me all you like. My throws are better. And yes, please just throw me into the wall. I will gladly take that. As long as your stupid pizza-selling ass doesn't throw me out the window, I am fine. Ooh. He's starting to use that at close range, which is really weird. It's okay, we've got the health. We could take this out. We could tank this out. It's not good play, but it's play. Oh, come on. Dude, you're... So, this happened before, right? Like, this last pip of health seems to last forever. Yeah, Val just said the same thing. That's deliberate. It has to be. Remember, we're supposed to be frustrated by this, because it's the game's... There we go! Oh, go to hell. Ugh. Yeah. Val asked, why does the last boss sound like the trauma control harnesses from Old World Blues? He kinda does. Were they also voiced by Yuri Lowenthal? Oh, thank you guys. That's brilliant. Eclipse says, I feel like Phase 1 would start to wear on you after doing this a bajillion times, though. Yeah. I'm just glad we don't have to do Phase 2 again. And, yeah, he's transformed into a giant parade float now. This is the final fight.
Well, we almost got
This is a cooler concept than Batman, though, so... Eclipse says Ecstasy Mode combined with Jasper teleporting is just like a Dragon Ball Z fight. Yeah! It reminds me mechanically of some of the more involved Dragon Ball Z fighting games, where if you're either really skilled or just hammering buttons, you and your opponent will be teleporting around behind each other over and over again in this endless loop. Oh, Val says the trauma harnesses weren't voiced, they were skeletons in suits. Okay. Oh, you mean the sound effects? I've no idea. Oh god, our health. Hello, old Pizza King. We're gonna die here due to our health, almost certainly. Yeah. That's okay, though. We can restart. Kinda need to figure out what on earth this thing is doing. Oh dear Christ, that's a lot of health. So what in the blue hell are we even supposed to do about this? Love that. Pitch shifted. Shit! Okay, so he is speaking, just in a way that we can barely comprehend. That's okay. It's okay if we die. It is okay if we die, because we can definitely get him on the next attempt. Shit! I know the feeling, Jasper. And yes, Eclipse, it's just like the old Iron King, right down to most of his moves going right over your head. No holes this time, though, as far as I could tell, so... Is he firing a pizza laser? He's firing a fucking... No, just a super breath. Okay, you know what, though? This is alright. We can do this. We were able to bring down Phase 2. Phase 3 is nothing. Bring it, sucker. At least he's not dodging every 3 seconds. Admittedly, compared to Phase 2, this is kind of creative. Is it a good final fight? Not really. But for like an earlier boss, I think this would have been downright charming. Just gotta keep him from spamming that hook and we'll be fine, I think. That one, yes. Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. I love it. Apparently, No More Heroes 3 takes place 10 years after this, and features Travis returning to the city to find it replaced with an artificial island metropolis and some kind of UFO hovering overhead. Oh, I'm sorry, we can return his beam to him? Oh, Lord Almighty! Okay, that's cool. That's pretty damn cool, actually. Well, this may be the best phase. So he's just trying to drain our battery, largely, by doing this? Well, that's an interesting tactic, Jasper. Oh, I thought we blocked that. Never mind. Or I thought we could deflect it just by blocking. That's what we did the first time. Oh god, what is this? Oh, we're carving up the nose. This is kind of amusing, actually. Once more? Guys, are we gonna do this? Or do we need to put in a little more work? Yeah, let's put the English in. We did it! We did it! Eclipse says, no holes, Brady, don't get the... At this point, don't give the fight ideas. Well, how is it we went from ridiculously unbalanced in the boss's favor to absurdly easy? Okay, let's do this. That's amazing. Okay. Phase 1, good. Phase 3, little simple, little too easy, but solid. And Val says he's just shouting really loud. And yeah, I feel like locking on is not conducive to victory. So in this game, normally, it's requisite to do anything because locking on also activates your automatic block. Not like it does a lot of good against, say, Jasper's attacks, but against conventional enemies and earlier bosses, it's pretty handy. It also allows you to see their health meter, represented by that little radial. So we're okay, I guess. Thank you, guys. We made it. And you know what? I can't wait for the third game. I'm actually really looking forward to it. So that was No More Heroes 2, Desperate Struggle. What do I think? Actually, what do we think? Eclipse in particular, your opinion, sir, since you've been following along through the playthrough. So I feel like this game, on the whole, was an improvement over the first in many substantial ways. People have pointed out online that combat, while not a really significant step either up or down, feels a little bit less fluid in this game due to things like the quick step being borderline impossible to pull off under most conditions, and due to so many enemy attacks, even relatively harmless ones, sending you flying and knocking you prone. And I feel like I agree with that. Combined with the lack of unique palettes, unique aesthetics for rank-and-file enemies in each stage, like, appropriate for that stage's setting, I feel like a lot of the moment-to-moment combat is ever so slightly worse than it was in the first game, but the introduction of brand new characters with distinct playstyles, Takashi Miike, that's the director, and the addition of our new weapons, especially the Rose Nasty, which I started off a little apprehensive about, but grew to absolutely love. I feel like the game innovates in a positive direction more often than not, replacing scores of side jobs in a big, empty open world with a simple, concise town navigation menu that includes a handful, significantly fewer, but a handful of extremely high-quality retro callback 8-bit minigames used to earn money. Really nice. The elimination of ranking battle entrance fees is insanely preferable, I think. And you saw the credits flash across a second ago. Philistine is the name of Margaret Moonlight's theme. And most of all, the game includes more bosses. It includes 15 to the first game's 10. Fought in different ways and with different characters, oftentimes at various points throughout the game. There's also more outright gimmick bosses in this game, I feel like, ever so slightly more, that change up the fundamentals of combat in some satisfying ways. Thinking Margaret and her almost exclusive reliance on range damage, Captain Vladimir and his defensive playstyle. Much as I didn't particularly care for it, the first stage of Jasper's boss fight, with its emphasis on blade locking and disrupting him, it's, Eclipse brings up the character moments. The story is not what I'm here for. This is a character action game I view in the same lens as I do Devil May Cry or Bayonetta, which I love the worlds and the lores of, but I am not there to see the fundamental characters, especially the protagonists, grow in any substantial way. Which isn't to say that it's not a black mark on this game's record that character development is handled so ham-handedly and unevenly across the board, often quite abrupt, with characterization being inconsistent from scene to scene just to match the tone they're going for. But it's less damaging here than it would be in, say, a multi-million-dollar action RPG. One thing I did really like about this game was they went to greater depths to contextualize the assassin bosses themselves, more often than not giving us a brief little 30-second briefing on them or like the kind of legend surrounding them before we went in to fight them. which does do something to ameliorate the lack of personality ingrained in several of their stages. Now, I do wish that some of the bosses actually had a bit more build-up before them, which is something I don't say often. I like my boss rush games, you know that. But it felt abrupt, really abrupt, and kind of like they ran out of time or money. But probably ran out of time and ran out of, like, disk space, given that they were working on the Wii. And so some bosses like Margaret, Ryuji, and Captain Vladimir had next to no proper build-up. But the characters themselves, the bosses, their visual designs, their gameplay, their aesthetics, badass, one and all. I enjoyed fighting almost all of them, which we'll talk about more in detail after this post-credit scene.
There she is. Sylvia.
So yeah.
I was looking for you.
Unknowingly, Sylvia's been relaying all of this to Travis the whole time. The training minigames, I like the fact that they were more involved, even if I wasn't a huge fan of the strength training one. That's also an improvement from the first game.
Travis, my no more hero.
So just for context, by the time of the side game, Travis Strikes Again, it's implied Travis has gone through a lot of character development because he's considerably less awful in that game, more of a traditional roguish anti-hero. And he's in his early 30s, married to Sylvia, and has, I think, like a very young daughter that he still fights to provide for. So, a little bit different. So, sorry, last thing before I'll get caught up on the chat and read you guys' impressions. The boss battles, on the whole, I would say were a slight improvement over the first games. A lot of them, as I said, are still very simple, but they did do things to change it up here and there. And this game introduced more multi-phase boss fights, where bosses would considerably change up their moveset or appearance as the fight progresses, giving a really nice sense of dynamism to the combat that a lot of fights in the first game were kind of lacking. So, on the whole, I'm quite favorable in my view of No More Heroes 2. I think I prefer it to the first game pretty soundly overall. It trimmed a lot of the fat. It gave us more of the good stuff. Combat still needs a little bit of fine-tuning, but I'm quite confident that with No More Heroes 3 on Switch, being made with a more traditional control scheme in mind, they're really going to be able to do some exceptional things with this. My favorite moment in the game... Well, who am I kidding? If you guys are here, you know it's rank 3 and the fight with Captain Vladimir, just for the ridiculous over-the-top concept behind it all, and the fact that mechanically he was more unique than a lot of other bosses in the game. Certainly not the most involved or the most difficult, but cool enough, and he did have 2 separate stages. Lowest point in the game, obviously it's Jasper Batt Phase 2. I could see why people don't like the Jasper Batt fight as a whole and think it's both lame and really frustrating, but I think if you either cut the second phase out or cut it down substantially, like gave it less health, you would have something that, while not spectacular, gets the job done as an earlier boss, certainly not as a final boss. That was a deliberate anticlimax. Behind that, it would probably be, I don't know, maybe Ryuji, just because he had a really cool concept that felt under-realized? Oh, Val, you missed it. Shinobu is back in this game, and we actually get to play as her for 2 stages with an artificial hand, and her moveset is amazing. She's lightning fast. Eclipse says, if this game was released later, I'd totally be imagining Jasper's shout attack to be called Fusaro Bat. Yeah, given this game's love of references, it probably would be. Are we number 1 now? Yeah. Eclipse says, it had some odd character moments, like Travis learning that killing is just empty was interesting, then he keeps doing it after Sylvia doesn't let him spare one guy. Right. I think by the time of the side game, which is our next stop in this series later on, we learn that Travis is just doing it for a different reason, like a more noble reason than fighting is awesome. And Val says Dante will be how Dante is. Badass to the core and forced to be cool in everything he does. Yeah, him and the entire DMC crew, really. And And Eclipse says the 8-bit minigames did add a fair bit of extra spice to break up the hack and slash. Yeah, and surprisingly, all of them were really solid. I can say there were some I preferred over the others. Star Chore's little asteroid field minigame, while not the best, just had such a charming conceit to it. But they were great, one and all. And yes, Val, to drive that point a little bit further, not only did we get Shinobu back for a series of fights, one of which was against Destroy Man from the first game, who was now inhabiting 2 bodies after being vivisected, with each having a cyborg or shell added to replace the flesh they lost. It's a really cool fight. But we get to play as Travis's brother and secret boss of the first game, Henry, for a single battle with, like, an anime girl, which is, okay? Frieza, oh, I wish. No, like that, but like with a mailman who thinks he's a murderous, Sentai superhero. So, for completing the game, we do get one nifty little bonus. Let me show you what that is. God, I can't wait for the 3rd game now. I cannot wait to see what kind of assassins they're gonna give us. I'm going in as blind as possible for a reason. Hold on, do we have to go through the tutorial fight again, or? If so, I do want to show you what we unlock. Just let me skip this, please. I'll play on the same difficulty because I kind of want to see something. Yes, okay, Cloud, let's get on with it. Oh, and we've still got our weapons, except they're green now? Alright, yeah, whatever. I wanted to try out these swords against him. Maybe it's just something about the lighting filter we've got for this stage. Eclipse says it went a lot more off the walls than the first game, which suits the tone they're going for. It's wacky and knows it. Yes, exactly. Exactly. I agree. That's something... Oh, a running slash. Shit, we never did that. That's something a lot of people, or some people I saw, really disliked about this game, that it just leaned into over-the-top parody territory, but I think it suits the game better. Like, over-the-top, surreal battles with a ridiculous amount of and diversity in concept. Okay. I just really want to show you guys what we unlock because it's something so cool that the first game desperately needed. Okay, come on, let's do this. Now watch as Rose Nasty proceeds to rip him in half. Oh, man. Ain't nothing better than fighting an early game opponent with a late game weapon. There we go, there we go, there we go. Oh, I'm sorry, did we just try to suplex him while he was laying on the ground? Okay, Travis. Fine. Oh, ecstasy mode. Now that's what I'm talking about, y'all. Eclipse says Travis really wants to put him in the ground. Again, yeah, shoot. You could definitely tell that this is the same company that would later go on to produce a game where you are tasked with assassinating Travis. Yes, Thomas the Tank Engine. Which is still my favorite concept for an assassination in a Grasshopper game. And yes, they more or less all base around assassination or picking villains off of a massive list, which is a concept I love in my games. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. No. We're not doing Nathan Copeland. It's all right. We should have unlocked something here. Well, for starters, the apartment looks just a little cleaner, doesn't it? Or no, we got the new carpet. That's right, the motel carpet. Very nice. Travis, look at you, almost like an adult. Almost. Do we access it from here, or... No. Okay. Never mind. Never mind. Trying to figure out where we access a given thing from. It's not in the pause menu, is it? No. Oh look, our old map from the first game's up on the wall. Maybe we have to go to the town menu? Well, we got all the side jobs, and no, do we have to go to the main menu then? Maybe so. We've unlocked a special mode, and the kind of mode that a game like No More Heroes just needs. Right, we've got all that. Data. Good, we've got almost everything, that's fine. What do we have to do? Do we have to go back to the main menu? And, Eclipse, you got it in one. Yeah, we've unlocked a boss rush. You may have seen our options for next playthroughs on the Switch menu, as I brought it up. Whoops. Deathmatch! Yes, baby. Look at this. So... we get to choose a boss and fight them with the assassin we used in the original fight. This is just something a game like this needs, honestly. So cool, right? But that's that. So... ladies and gents, what are we... Eclipse says it'd be really cool if you could use the other assassins, though. Yeah, or at the very least, the other playable assassins, right? Apparently, part of the reason for that is that at least Shinobu's fights require you to jump around, and she's the only character who can do so. So, we have a couple options, folks. We can either dive into Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, the side game, done in, as you can see, promotional materials in a style that aren't evocative of Stranger Things at all, which features a stunning 4 playable characters in a game that doesn't play anything like the first 2, but was, again, released as a simple, I think, like, made in Unity, short little, action brawler game used to determine the, viability of a future No More Heroes title. And it sold more than well enough to justify the development of No More Heroes 3. We could do that, which features 2 playable characters and 1 stage I never got to experience because they were released as DLC after the fact. Or we could start a playthrough of Pokemon Sword. Now, I'm telling you, I've not played a Pokemon game in over 10 years, probably around 14 years, give or take. No, sorry. 12 years, I think, is probably more accurate. A long-ass time. So, I know nothing about this. I've seen, like, Jonathan at Bog Leech's, like, breakdowns of all the Pokemon character designs. I think those are really cool. But I know nothing about, like, modern Pokemon, and would kind of care to experience one. Also, since I know that's something people on Twitch like to see. But I know this is a long game. Like, with DLC, it is a long, long game, and the DLC isn't all out yet. Or, we could do Travis Strikes Again, which I guarantee you we can complete within no more than 3 streams. It is not a long game at all. It's a good game, it's just not very long. So, our thoughts, chat. Eclipse says, The DLC for Pokemon is all out, if I recall. I thought there was one more. Okay, never mind. And I've played at least one version of every main Pokemon game except Generation 2. Okay, right on. Not many people have played Generation 2, relatively speaking. I played, I want to say 1, 3, and 4. And the Ranger games, which were a lot of fun. So what should we do to ourselves? Val says, I played every generation. Yeah? What's your favorite? Eclipse says there were 2 and both are out. Maybe they'll release another, but I don't think anything's in the pipeline. Alright, I gotcha. So, Pokemon or Travis Strikes Again? Val says, I like 3rd gen, that and 5th if I recall. Oh yeah, yeah. That was a very popular one. Oh, no, yeah, Eclipse. I went for the one that had, like, a dog holding a sword in its teeth, because why wouldn't you? Also, you guys have seen how I play games. I never defend. Val asks, what's defense? Okay, so if we don't have any strong votes either way, I think we may want to dive into Travis Strikes Again, if only because, well, we're on a No More Heroes kick, and it'll be a bit faster. A lot faster, actually. So that's what we'll do, if there's no objections from chat. Oh, Val, there's never a time when, like, we don't want to play Dark Souls, I don't think. And yeah, Eclipse says Sword is a long-ass game, and oh, Val, yeah, they've got you on the heavy painkillers to recover, I've only been prescribed something like that once, and it was for wisdom tooth extractions. Alright. And yeah, Eclipse, Sword might be next after Travis Strikes Again. So, really quickly, let me edit the stream info. If I can figure out how to do that. Boop. No. Gonna have to go directly to Twitch. Give me just a minute here. Oh, the joys of live broadcasting. Okay. That's what we want to do. Good. Gotta make sure you tell people you're playing the right, somewhat dated game. Clip says I sadly didn't have a cap card by the time I played Sword. You could always dive on through again. You wouldn't get, like, the same blind reactions, I know, but hold on. Settings, clip, Going to have to go to, there we go. Val says, I did a Nuzlocke, no potions, no heals, or Pokemon Center, only run of Sword, and I still had no problems with it. Okay, good. Then I will probably have only moderate difficulty. Okay, there we go. Come on, please tell me Twitch has a category for this. There it is. Yeah. Boom. Eclipse says it's also finicky to have more than one save file in a Pokemon game, and I have a lot of stuff on mine. I gotcha. And I stopped using the Dynamax gimmick about halfway through to try and challenge myself. And Val says it's stupidly easy compared to the older titles. That's alright. I'm in it mainly for just exploring the world and seeing what common household objects they decided to make into little monsters this time. Speaking of monsters, let's dive back into the skin of Travis. Well, wait. I downloaded some DLC. I don't think we have to, at least past a certain point. So this game's conceit is really, really simple. Travis buys an old school Virtual Boy and has to use it to suck himself into experimental, very, very short run release video games in order to travel to the CIA headquarters and fight a giant sheep in order to restore the life of one of his former enemies. You know, standard video game plot. Eclipse says, I like Sword to be honest. A lot of people don't, but I do. I think my favorite was Gen 6. I'm looking forward to just the beautiful, expansive 3D world myself. Grasshopper's 20th anniversary commemorative title, right on. So we actually get some backstory for one of my favorite characters from the first game throughout the storyline of this one. Be sure to let me know how the audio balance is once we get into a stage proper, alright?
Sweet dreams, huh?
How did you find me?
You think you could get away from me? Goddamn filthy bum tried to get cute and pay some fixer to hide your ass away somewhere safe. But unfortunately for you, my nose is sharper than any other man's. Any other dog's, too, for that matter. Your scent, you know, the one similar to the stench of raw sewage, led me right to you. Now it's time to die.
Wait a sec. Just give me 30 seconds. I can explain.
You got 10.
Okay, there's a reason I ran away. I know that don't make it okay, but I felt real bad for selling you out to Curtis.
Your 10 seconds are up. Now go to hell. Curtis will be waiting for you.
Vengeance for my daughter. My little girl was murdered. I had to avenge her. That's why I had to stay alive.
You hear that, Mills? Yeah. Find the asshole who killed his kid. Now.
7 long years and I can't find him.
Look familiar?
Listen, Birkin. The score is 0-0. 2 outs, bottom of the 9th. You're up to bat. 3 balls and 2 strikes. You're up against the wall. The next pitch decides.
We've seen someone who looks kind of similar to that before, right?
Or be killed. You're late. Okay, got it.
No way.
It only takes a pro 2 seconds. Your guy is hiding out in Texas, in the middle of nowhere. This name, I've heard it before.
It's a pretty good opening. And remember, this game had a drastically smaller budget than the first two.
Above ground, huh?
So they really got creative with their art style and presentation.
Kill him and bring your daughter back. Then we're
Yep.
all square.
Yes, Eclipse. This is Bad Girl's father, Bad Man. And we actually get the explanation for her bizarre connections to baseball in the first game, because Bad Man is a former professional baseball player.
This is your final ball.
Looks like my luck has changed. Shitty luck, but luck all the same. I'm gonna knock this last homer out of the goddamn park.
Don't end up getting beamed now. That's called a death ball, by the way. Now go kill Travis touchdown.
I think the handler who passed the ball off to him was, oh, it's on Unreal, not Unity, my bad. A character from Killer 7? I could be wrong about that, though. New game plus... we're gonna do a new game because I do want to show you guys what it's like to unlock everything and progress normally. Options real quick. Yeah, that's all fine. We'll do, mild, which is normal in No More Heroes. And Eclipse says, wow, the Stranger Things vibes just continue, huh? Oh, they do. And they start with our protagonists getting sucked into the Virtual Boy. And all the visuals for this thing are based on, like, old-school 80s tech and, like, psychedelia. This is the Death Drive. See, we've got a little startup jingle, it's so good! So we just start off in medias res, as Travis and Badman are both sucked into an old-school action game, Electric Thunder Tiger. What's great about this game is it takes place across a series of video games, each one with its own visual, sonic, and occasionally gameplay style. Electric Thunder Tiger is basically a high-end Mega Man clone. So yes, welcome to this game, which is a far more direct, kind of plain brawler, but still enjoyable. Val asks, where's my Streets of Rage? We don't have anything like that, I'm afraid. Oh, this game looks great, though. So we've got a few basic controls. We can jump, like 30 feet in the air. We can dodge. We can perform heavy attacks and light attacks, a phrase which here means hold down the button to flail it around like a glow stick and leave beautiful trails in the air. Is there a way we can switch to Badman? No. Not at present, I don't think. Or no, character select. Oh, dude, are you kidding me? So one of the DLC allows you to play as Shinobu, but you can't play as her until you clear the game. Oh, damn it. What about the other DLC character, the one I was really wanting to play as? Oh, never mind. So you'll notice in the upper right-hand corner, we've got a death ball counter. And the death ball counter reflects all of the different stages we'll have to unlock through an interesting little system. And we can play as Travis or Badman. The difference between them, I think, is purely aesthetic. Badman has, like, a laser bat, because of course he does. But they play fundamentally identically. Later on, they'll each unlock a handful of unique skills. I prefer Travis because Badman, by design, mind you, looks like an absolute wreck. And Travis, I mean, I'm still not a huge fan of the graphic tee, but he's looking pretty nice. So, as we progress through the Death Drive, we're going to be coming into contact with a variety of different programs who are going to be, like, running characters. Yeah, Eclipse, it's weird. I don't get it either, man. Hey, can I ask you something? Is this the game world? Oh, these are Death and Drive. I love them. Hey, wait. You can't just walk in on here. This area is off limits. This entire area is sealed off. The government has issued an evacuation order. Oh, wait. They've got little Banjo-Kazooie style vocal effects. I love that. Whatever, man. If this is a game, I'm gonna clear it for sure. You can't stop me. Stay out of my way. You just don't get it. Do you have a permit? What the hell are you talking about? Of course I don't. We can take you out by force, you know. Ugh, that sounds fun. Bring it on, then. Don't underestimate video games. Transform! Huh? It's not working. Insufficient funds! Not enough DD coins. What a shame, Travis. I was going to kill you in the tutorial, but looks like I still need more karma. The journey is not yet over. The time to destroy the world is yet to come. Look, this is taking forever. This is what sucks about games these days. It takes too long to finally start playing. Anyway, get your hands on a permit before we meet again. We'll overlook it for now. Just clear the usual mission-style events. which is to say collect a bunch of DD coins, which are still figured in amounts of LB dollars. Oh, something really cool about this game, we get introductions for each enemy type. This is one of the Bug Street boys, and they serve as basic enemies throughout this. Oh, here's our main villain and Dr. Naomi's sister, Dr. Juvenile. Welcome to the Death Drive Mark II. I'm the creator of this machine, Dr. Juvenile. The Death Drive is connected to your nervous system via the Death Glove. Basically the power glove. Keep concentrating or else you're gonna die. The controls are intuitive, so you'll get used to them. We'll start by going over basic controls. Okay. I got you, Doc. And we get LBs for defeating each enemy, which is really nice. The clip says, ooh, so you know who's who. Neat. Yeah, I always love enemy introductions in my games. Suda did this for Killer 7, and it was really cool there, too. As you can see, combat's not quite as deep here, but it's still fun. The clip says, interesting to see the OG beam katana back, right? The Buggy Sputnik. Okay. These guys are slightly heavier. And yeah, Clips, I think this is like a retrofitted Bloodberry. It's not the same exact katana, or it's got like the same chassis, but the color of the beam is different, and I think some minor elements of it have been redesigned as well. But a bug in the system is preventing power from being properly distributed. You'll have to recharge your weapon manually to get more power. Sure, if your weapon runs out of energy, your attacks won't do much damage, so recharge often, instead of none. So let's keep an eye on that battery. And yes, Badman would have to recharge his bat. For some reason. Alright, thanks, Dr. Juvenile, who's totally not going to try to kill us. There's rubble in the way and you can't go further. That's what jump is for. Time to jump. I do actually really like her character design. Looks like they were going for like a pseudo Lady Gaga thing. A pretty cool move is to use the basic attack in the air to launch yourself at enemies standing away from you. Oh, I remember this. Can you say dive kick? Oh, oh man, that is so sick. Bug Street's back, alright. So yeah, is this game all that deep? No, but it's got a lot of really cool ideas for settings and environments, and that's okay by me. And it got us No More Heroes 3, which I am friggin' psyched for. Okay, so the jump heavy, I think, is just a purely vertical, like, downward plunge attack with an AoE. Like so. Yeah, like that. Alright, Buggy, come here. Also, get used to dealing with some really interesting camera angles in this game. Dealing damage is important, but avoiding taking damage is important too. Yeah, we'll need to learn to dodge, that's fine. Thank you, Dr. Juvenile. Eclipse says, oh, I also finished the Minecraft build I was doing. It was a rough ride, but it's done. I'll put some pics in the Discord. Oh, please do. I've never played Minecraft myself, save for like 30 minutes at a friend's house when I was younger, so I'm always interested to see what other people can make with it. Oh, do you see how our beam katana's turned red and is just pulsing with energy? And Travis is holding a little sign with the R insignia on it? That's important. That's a charge attack. Looks like your weapon's fully powered up. A charge attack is a simple but powerful move. The charge gauge builds up as you attack enemies, so use it once it's full. When you use a charge attack, your charge level will go up. The higher the charge level, the stronger the charge attack. However, the charge level will decrease if you take heavy damage. Right. You can use the Choco Banana Crepe with Caramel Ice Cream attack in 2-player co-op. Oh, that's great. And yeah, you can play this game cooperatively, with one player controlling one of the protagonists and the other one of the others. Alright, charge attack time. Oh, baby! I forgot how good the charge attack feels. Like, combat in this game feels fast and reactive as all get out. Never fail to appreciate that. And yeah, there's a lot of enemies way more durable than, or who are going to require more sophisticated tactics than the Buggy boys, and, or the Buggy Sputniks and the Bug Street boys. But we won't be running into them for a hot minute. Does it look like the Bug Street boys are trailing some kind of, like, bola behind them? I don't think they were holding anything when we zoomed in on them. Ah, here we go, save points. And yeah, even these are toilets. It's a save point. And every time we, like, use each toilet, we get money. Some unique form of toilet training. Oh, but this time, Travis is dropping a save in the Matrix. I love that like, tone of purple he's got. And the Death Drive belt buckle. Eclipse says, I used a YouTube tutorial for that build, but while they did on it creative, I was on a survival server. Well, they did it on creative, sorry. So while they could fly around and stuff, I had to shenanigans my way around the extremities of the build. Ooh. And yeah, he's pooping digitally. Oh, this is the White Sheep Man. He provides a lot of, like, backstory on the games. I also really like the character art, even though they don't really represent any of them in-game, because budget. Travis Touchdown. Welcome to the world of Electric Thunder Tiger 2. You can call me White Sheep Man. I'm the memory manager here. You found the Death Ball and booted up the Death Drive Mark II. The journey is long, but short. The survivors are desperate. After turning from the main character to the ruler of this world, Triple Star lost his reason to exist. You should know more than anyone that the chains of freedom are the most painful of all. That's enough talk for now. We'll meet again. And Eclipse says the art looks like a cryptid. Yeah, it does. And if it wasn't obvious, oh, that's a really cool set piece. The Death Ball is what Badman was given at the start of the game. We'll learn, I think, in more detail how they ended up here, but yeah, the two of them are, like, very reluctantly working together throughout the game to try and bring back Charlotte. And yes, their plan does involve the Death Drive. Oh, look at that beautiful prismatic effect we've got now that we charged up to level 3. Oh, hey, we got a skill chip. These are basically special moves on cooldowns that we can collect and equip. Soderbug, alright. It's got a mace. That's a slightly tougher one. Oh, and look, there's even like a little stat that lets you know where Jean is. I love that. We can also use, I think, not LB dollars, but something to level ourselves up. We've already unlocked the Shining chip. Bind characters and blow them away freely. Hold down the button to bind a character, then release it to blow them away. Okay. So what we do to activate these is, yeah, press the L button to bring up the menu. Then the assigned one. Yeah, and this just basically gives us friggin' telekinesis. Oh wait, it's still on recharge. There we go. Fortunately, these guys' attacks are really easy to dodge. Like, really easy. Yep, there's a cooldown. And Dr. Juvenile is just constantly insulting our intelligence, which I would take offense to were I not playing as Travis. Music's pretty jumpin', isn't it? Considerably less punk rock than the first two game soundtracks, which I actually appreciate. Though, to be fair, No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2 had really exceptional soundtracks, even if they don't match my aesthetic preferences perfectly. Like, just really well-composed and performed stuff. Why don't we try throwing one of these guys, eh? Or, dig this. Watch this one. Ooh! Ooh! Ha! Oh, the beam turns into the tiger from the first game, or the last two games, super modes, at the conclusion with that thrust. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, who are we up against now? Just a bunch of these? Alright. Ain't a thing. Yeah, charge attacks become really, really integral to the game plan later on. Do we somehow damage ourselves by throwing the enemy near ourselves? It's rough. You'll also notice our health bar has been replaced with a really nifty, like, wireframe rendering of Travis that slowly loses its color, its saturation as we take damage. That's really neat. Eclipse says many people insult Travis' intelligence. None more so than the game's writers, it would appear. Hello, cardboard box. We've scored some provisions from Hazara. Or Hazare. Boxes like this are full of various... Hazer, sorry. That's obviously what that, is intended to be pronounced as. Is there anything we can get up there? Nope. Okay. There are secrets in this game, quite a few of them actually, to, I guess, maybe make up for the game's less than exceptional runtime. Lots of little things you can collect and use to expand your characters or their movesets. But I've not seen many of them. Oh, and she starts glitching out. Perfect. Good, that's good. We've gotten most of the tutorializing out of the way, so that's fine. Travis Touchdown. Welcome to the world of Electric Thunder Tiger 2. Your status as a hardcore gamer is well known even here. Eclipse says I immediately jumped to Hazare as well. Yeah, it's just, the R-E. I didn't know if it was meant to be pronounced as in theater, or what. Bet that gives you a hard-on, doesn't it? Is that it? Like, hey, people know you play a lot of video games. Erection. Alright. Yeah, sure. This is a No More Heroes game, alright. But, notice we get these really cool, like, scene breaks from one map to the next. And each game has a lot of... Oh, wait. I love how they're basically just little, voxel men in, Oh, they've actually got attacks, but little voxel men in mocap suits. I love that. But each game has a ridiculous amount of maps and diversity within those maps. So the blue Bug Street boys can obviously hurt us, whereas the red ones really can't in any appreciable manner. As you would expect, that also means there's a blue variant of the Buggy Buggy. And we're nearing the facility that the game's boss is holed up in. Damn you, chest-high rocks. Look at this shot. Some of the game's camera shots are incredible, just like that one that had Travis proceeding along the avenue of excavators as their digging apparatuses or their arms lifted up or raised up in front of him. This is another one of those brilliant shots. The blocking and audio-visual design for this title are amazing. And I think it more than demonstrates the viability of a No More Heroes 3. You can also just throw enemies into each other using that skill. I quite like that. Also love that there's not an NP or a skill point system, anything like that. Just basic cooldowns. Oh god, no. Oh, they dealt quite a bit of damage in very little time. Come on, let's get our special meter built back up again. So we're just proceeding along this avenue positively lined with utility poles. I say avenue, but more like a wasteland, really. Surrounding this, well, what appears to be a factory, but is actually, I think, some kind of weird power plant. Now, every single world in the game, or every single game, I should say, with maybe one exception, has a single mini-boss and a single boss. And I think we're not too far from this game's mini-boss right now. Oh, that feels so good. Every time. Every time. Does feel a little weird using the smaller shoulder buttons to perform certain actions instead of the heftier triggers, but it's not a big deal. Ooh, new skill chip. Okay. Can we level up, by the way? Not yet. Which chip is this, though? The Psycho chip? Fires multiple shots from the Death Glove that temporarily immobilize characters' hit. So like a stun. Okay. That's gonna be super useful, I think. Oh, no, you don't. Oh no. Oh god, no, there's an army of them. I'm not losing my specials immediately after getting them back. No, sir. And I did! Down to level 1, damn it. We can get skills that allow us to just decimate standard enemies before too long. Much of this game's about killing enough enemies to get experience to level up, raising your baseline stats, and then just getting those skills, the skills that you're really angling for. There we go, level 2, perfect. And I don't think there's a way to block normally in this game, as there was in the first two. Alright, Eclipse, thank you. Take care. So glad you could join us, man. Hope you get some rest tonight and have a wonderful day tomorrow. Okay, let's try out those shots. Hey, there we are. Oh, that's a healthy stun, too. That's a very healthy stun. I dig it. Oh, and we also unlocked our first ramen stall. These are technically collectible in this game. Eating the ramen will replenish your energy and power you up, too. Ramen is the soul food of Japan. I traveled all over Japan just for this. What are you waiting for? Eating at each ramen stall also unlocks an entry from a culinary blog. A fictional culinary blog outlining its signature fare back at the home base. The ramen shops also have their own theme. This is Bug Jiro. We got a customer. Welcome, come on in. Give me your best ramen. Sure thing. Here you go. We got Tokyo Shoyu. Simple and beautiful. Refreshing soy sauce-based soup made with bonito broth. That looks very good right now, not gonna lie. Especially that fish cake right there. Mmm. Oh, this is Grandpa Bug Extra. Grandpa's words of wisdom. If a man's gonna cry, he should cry in his dreams. If he still wants to cry, he should dry his tears. Oh, that's fairly toxic masculinity, Grandpa. Oh, this is an Azteca stone, I think. You can exchange it for a special t-shirt back at the trailer. Nice, nice, nice. So we obviously want to head into the wide open wave survival arena, but not quite yet. I think it would be more beneficial to skirt the periphery and, yep, collect all of these hazer boxes, because we will be using all that money for something, I promise you. Oh, there's just an army of Bug Street boys. It's the 90s all over again. You know what, though? That, like the old 90s, early 2000s boy band phenomenon really doesn't deserve the negative reputation it developed, like, for fandoms and all of that. And a lot of the music was, I mean, boilerplate, sure, but as we saw through NSR, boilerplate music is still often quite good. Its quality is solid and very, very consistent. I guess what I'm saying is the same thing that exasperated people to no end in years past would be a refreshing change of pace now. Which is often the way a lot of people feel about pop music as they get older, I think. To be fair, I always liked the very polished, like, overproduced poppy stuff, so who am I to judge? There we go. Kill 2 bugs with 1 throw. It's not all of them, though. I think we have... Is that our first mini-boss? No! No, we just got another map. Never mind. So we're going to be heading inside the factory now. In this wonderful, desolate world. Looks like you built up plenty of EXP. Right, we can level up. And I do appreciate this. All of your EXP is shared between protagonists. I am hoping we can get the next protagonist, or the 4th protagonist, fairly early on. I mean, I doubt it, but I really, really want to play as them. Okay, so we are now in the interior, and I'm fairly certain we meet a couple new enemy types here. But first things first, Bug Street's back, alright. At least we're raking in a ridiculous amount of cash from all of these guys. Now, I see, like, the little trail of coins leading me in one direction, so I immediately try to go in the other. A lot of this game's secrets are going to be hidden down, not exactly occluded paths, but maybe little obvious routes that the camera doesn't focus on, or that... Oh, dear. Right, I forgot about this. Not really a puzzle, but there is, a phenomenon of electrified floors present all throughout this map. And fortunately, we get like a good second's forewarning as arcs of electricity trace across the metal before it actually becomes a hazardous area. It's not really difficult here, but we will have to maneuver pretty tightly later on. Oh, hello, what's that? Oh, just an extra life. Nice. I forgot there even were lives in this game, but there are, in keeping with the old school aesthetic. Shouldn't come up anytime soon. Oh, hi, Bug Gates. These guys are explosive, I want to say. So, we can either defeat them, or get out of their way before they detonate. You have to wonder, what kind of factory is this? What are they even making here? Judging from some of the commentary we get later on, this is implied to be a power plant of some sort, but I don't really see much of anything that could be generating power. Not like this, anyway. We really want to avoid getting caught up in the explosions of the Bug Gates units. Okay, is that all of them down? Yep. Oh, we've got a new skill chip over here. This was totally worth it. Oh, that's an adorable little sprite animation. I love it. I love it. Oh, yikes. Shouldn't have run directly into the steam. My bad. Let's go ahead and charge that sucker up. And equip our new chip. Seeing as how we still have 2 empty slots, no matter what it is, we'll go ahead and take it. Heavy. Oh, man, I remember. This was one of my go-tos in the playthrough I completed. Slows enemies down within a certain radius. Extremely useful, especially for bosses. So I think we probably want to go along the path of electrified tiles. Oh, shit. Oh, God, no, no. Oh, yes, we do, because there's an Azteca stone here. So that'll be another new shirt, I think. Or maybe we have to pay X amount of stones for given shirts. Little cosmetic rewards for collecting is always fun. Or are always fun, I think. Who do we have to fight here? Okay, looks like just a bunch of melee opponents. I can handle that. Perfect opportunity to slow somebody down. Just yeah, take a minute and relax. Damn it all! Ugh. There we go. Most difficult aspect of this combat, more often than not, is just being able to see what enemies are doing. Given a lot of the zoomed out, stranger camera angles the game can apply. That's what we want. Okay. So what's over here, I wonder? Other than another ambush bug hiding place. Oh, Travis. I will learn to stop throwing things into myself eventually, just not tonight. I don't think it deals any damage, but it does knock us down. Okay, were they guarding anything, though? More hazer gear, maybe? That we might have smashed during the fight? Grandpa's words of wisdom. Don't eat at restaurant chains. Picture the ingredients the head office buys. Picture where the ingredients came from. Picture how they're handled and managed. You can't, can you? Be suspicious of ingredients you can't picture. I think Bug Extra occasionally has useful things to tell us, but most of the time it's just that. You'll see a lot of these deathahedrons appearing throughout the game. You can attack them to open doors or perform various other actions. They're like switches, basically, then. One moment. Just seeing what this does. Fairly certain we're going to have to rotate these little bridges, maybe? Or other platforms. Yep. So we're going to make sure we collect everything we can in this area. Which is to say, I think a crap ton of LB dollars, maybe a skill chip, and some... There might be an Azteca stone somewhere around here. I could be wrong on that, though. So yeah, is this as thrill-a-minute as the No More Heroes games that received actual budgets? No. But it's a really good time regardless. Certainly demonstrates that the good folks at Grasshopper know how to make a damn fine game regardless of circumstances. There we go, that's what we want. This will give us access to another deathahedron that we can use to continue to rotate those platforms until we get the kind of alignment we want. Like so. Okay, that's pretty good. Man, these guys offer no resistance at all. Which is quite funny, given how difficult or how durable some of the later game enemies can be. You'll see. Looks like we'll have to go tap that switch again, maybe. Yes. Once more. We got the cash, though, and that's all that matters. Gotta be careful because the bridges themselves have no railing, and I'm pretty sure fall damage in this game is quite severe. Let's see, more Bug Street boys. Just 4 of them on a lot of these platforms, it looks like. What is over there, I wonder? Oh, just to bug gates, alright. And an Azteca Stone, that's what we were here for. They'll not always be this easy to find. This stage is just relatively simple, I want to say. So it looks like there's no way to spin that platform around yet. Unfortunately. We'll have to get over there in due time, though, if we can. You know me, all about that exploration. So we could just carry on here, but I don't particularly want to. I want to see what's off over here. Entirely optional path, right? At least I'm fairly certain this is all optional. Be quite surprised if it wasn't. Yep. There we go, an Unreal Engine logo. I remember these, and I just don't remember for the life of me what they actually do. So we got a lot of these ranged enemies. Just a lot of the buggy in general. Which I assume is meant to be a play similar to the Higi Higi from Bomberman. I know we're out of energy. I just had to get rid of that one. Don't mind me. Oh, no you don't, Mace Man. You are going down. Oh, shit. It's okay, we're not taking any substantial damage. Okay, they also give us special t-shirts. Alright, that's worth it. That's a pretty good gift. Oh, no. Damn it. Let's wait for it to... There we go. Nice and easy. Now, I really do want to get over to that last platform on the far right-hand side of the room, like the lower right-hand corner. So what we're gonna do is retrace our steps until we find a way to rotate that platform. If we don't, well, that's fine. There it is. How are we gonna do this? No, keep swatting it, keep swatting it. One more. Sorry, looks like we're just gonna have to redo the whole system. I do appreciate that they got creative with exploration in this game, though, thinking of different ways stages could be designed or interacted with. Or wait, was there anything else on that platform to begin with, and was this just all for naught? Oh, I'm so silly. I think that was all for naught. My bad. So sorry, guys. If it's any consolation, though, we are nearing the end of the stage, I want to say. There may be one more factory map, or if there isn't another factory map, we are then almost to the mid-boss, and despite the title, the mid-boss is far closer to the boss than the start of the stage. The world design's about to get really interesting, though. Okay, let's see what awaits deeper into the factory. More explosives. Just take my word for it that they're bad. We've not seen one yet. Oh, killed some of them before they even spawned in. That is nice. Oh, jeez. I thought I could make it. Silly, silly me. Okay. Let's get that tiger back out. Thank you. Oh, it doesn't bother the bugs, of course. I mean, I was gonna say they're electrical creatures, so it doesn't bother them, but it should. Just good old-fashioned enemy immunity at work, I suppose. See, the game is designed such that for just about everything but the Bug Street Boys and a couple others, you're going to want to use heavy attacks almost exclusively, and they're difficult timing. Grandpa's words of wisdom: are you brave enough to eat poison? I'm not, because I want to keep living. I want to burn the image of my family's faces into my retinas till the moment I die, so don't forget most restaurant chains are poison. Thank you, Grandpa. So he started by, like, complaining about women, now chain restaurants, and we had to go out of our way for that one, so I do think you get something for listening to all of his weird little ad hoc lectures, but I can't for the life of me remember what it is. There we go. That wasn't too bad. This complex is absolutely massive, as you can see. The floor is nowhere to be seen, it just seems to go on forever, which I like. Again, this game, even more than the second, really leans on the series' surrealist influences in a way that creates varied aesthetics that I absolutely adore. So does it play as well as No More Heroes 1 or 2? No, but some of its design is even superior to those games, however. Oh, gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. Okay, made it just in time to the save toilet and bank. There's about one of these per map in a lot of the games, I want to say. With the exceptions of those that significantly alter the gameplay loop, where it's not just like screen-to-screen progression, but you do other things to advance through the game. This is, as you would expect, the most conventional stage in the game. No real special gimmicks, just a nice, basic one to get you all warmed up. This may be the mini-boss? Yes, it is. This is, yeah, Sheepman Red. Well, for starters, I love the fact that something like this is being described as generic, but here we go. Are you a player character? Is Triple Star back? No, wait. Just a visitor from another world. Or are you just some punk? I'm an assassin, just passing through. For just passing through, you sure do reek of bloodlust. Yep, you reek of blood, punk. Confirmed, you're a destroyer. Commence slaughter in 5 seconds. Okay. I can't be defeated easily. This is your first test, punk. You know how scary a mid-boss can be? Underestimate me and I'll get you. I'll make sure you die painfully. I love how I don't have many friends. That's pretty good, actually. I do like that the antagonists in this game talk way more and express more personality than those in the first 2 installments did. Hopefully that's something they'll bring to No More Heroes 3. Okay, here we go. So, general rule of fighting mid-bosses: abuse the hell out of your skills. God, they make life so much easier. Oh, yikes. That charge is what we can usually punish. Oh god, except when we get hit by its electrical beam. Nope. And it's down. Well, that wasn't bad at all, actually. Not as bad as I remember it being. Okay, so that's our first mini-boss, Sheepman Red down, and you kind of saw there what's going to be our basic strategy for dealing with tougher opponents overall. Just spam a bunch of skills until they go down. Just keep them bouncing off of the walls. Oh, now we're on, some kind of overpass, and hello, Azteca Stone. Good to see you. I think this is the second to last map of this game. Yeah, as you can see, that is a really healthy explosion radius that the bug gates have. Which is why, instead of just avoiding their detonations, you honestly don't want them to detonate whatsoever. Because it's really easy to accidentally get clipped by one of those radii. Okay, a special ought to take care of the mace wielders. Oh, not that one, though. This should. Ooh, 2 of these and 2 of the bombers. That is not good. Yeah, notice these guys are armored, so like our light attacks do even less than usual. The entire enemy type, I mean, not these instances. It's not like these are the first armored enemies we found. A lot of the game's elite enemies are. Almost all, in fact. Hello, Unreal Engine token. I believe Travis starts the game out wearing like a white graphic Unreal tee. So we might be able to replace that with something a little more fashionable in time. Between this and the Azteca Stones, I would think so, anyway. Oh, really? You always get hit at the most inopportune times, where, like, 3 enemies' attacks connect all at once. Okay, is this going to be Grandpa again? Yep. Did you know? Japanese people eat cake on Christmas. It's a weird, mysterious tradition. Why don't Japanese people eat Japanese sweets? Christmas should be celebrated with wonderful Japanese sweets. I recommend mitarashi dango. Thanks, Grandpa. He's never once going to make sense, I don't think. Okay, the mace wielder's still in action. But not for long. Should be almost to the end of the overpass. It's just one massive gauntlet, more or less. Oh, geez, you think there's enough of these guys? Lord. Oh no. Oh god, we actually managed to use our skills to stick that one out. That was amazing. Okay, let's recharge really quickly. And yes, we're to the toilet, which means we are just one map away from the boss. And it's a gorgeous map, if I recall correctly. Oh, you get some really cool little synth-sounding ambience during the loading screens, just barely in the back. Yeah, so welcome to this electrifying entertainment district. I love this design, and I'm sure you can tell where the boss is, hey? People's success stories aren't worth shit. People's stories of failure are worth more than gold. Okay. Thank you, Grandpa. Look at this. It's like a very low-to-the-ground Akihabara. You can also see some breaches, some glitches in the game here. These, well, they're not holes in the floor, but holes in the texturing. This game never ceases to remind you that it is, in fact, set in video games and about video games. It's like a massive love letter to everything Suda so admires about the industry. Or the art form, I suppose I should say. No, I think there was an alley somewhere down here that we might have missed, right? No? Thought I saw something then. Never mind. So the boss is not far away at all. I think there's just a handful of these little courtyards and streets we've got to fight our way through. Like so. You know, we filmed the latest episode of our podcast earlier today, focusing very generally on the phenomenon of beat-em-ups and hack-and-slash games and things like that. And this seems to be far more of a standard, like, traditional... Damn it, I'll keep losing my special gauge build-up because recovery animations take, like, 3 years. But this is, like, more or less the epitome of a 3D beat-em-up, more or less. It doesn't even have a lot of the gameplay trappings that we would typically associate with hack and slashes. Just very, very simple but meaty feeling combat. More words of wisdom. Do what you've left today tomorrow, do what you leave tomorrow the day after tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow, stay up all night. Well, I'm a grad student, so that comes pretty naturally, Grandpa. Okay, so there's an army of these guys waiting for us all along the avenue here. Gonna have to check these storefronts for goodies as well, as we advance. Anything? Oh no, we can't enter any of them. Okay. Our health management's been really good throughout. Still got the fuckhead. Okay, that's very No More Heroes-ish. Oh, new enemy? Oh, it's the little flying, fish skeleton with a human skull over there, Buguro. It's also a very frail enemy we can defeat easily. For, I want to say, a great deal of cash or something like that. Oh, yikes. So I think we've got one last massive throwdown before the boss against, like, everything we've fought so far. That or there might be one more after this, either or. Just consider this our final exam before we get to move on to the game proper. Oh, man. Is that it? Oh yeah, then there's one more. But first things first, we're gonna top ourselves off with another bowl of ramen. One of which, and I'm not even a major ramen guy, I could really go for right about now. Wonder what type we're getting this time. Oh man, Hakata Tonkotsu. A great way to end the day, a pork-based, Western-style all-star. Yeah, like the fried, breaded pork. Oh, that sounds so good. This game will make you hungry for ramen, if nothing else. Yep, and there's a couple more fights. I thought so. I thought we'd get introduced to one more enemy type in this stage, and we still may. Oh, the mace men are really good at keeping the pressure on, at the least. There we go. Let's go ahead and level up if we can. Oh yeah, and we got more than enough EXP to do so. Actually, not too far off from a 3rd level at this point. Actually dealing a lot more damage now. Not with our light attack, but with our heavies, certainly. Here's our last new enemy type, one of the elites. Goldbug, a more professional-looking warrior. But every bit as susceptible to our specials. There we go, we broke its guard. And there we go, didn't get a single hit in on us. Thank you, Spam. That's more or less how we're gonna be fighting bosses. That and relying on our charge attack, of course, which will just devastate most enemies' health bars. So it's just us in this lovely little tunnel and the toilet that appeared from thin air. Last toilet of the game, y'all ready? Well, by game, I mean this Death Drive game. Okay, let's do this. We didn't pick up any more chips, right? Nope. Alright. Well, we will just use what we've got. I am excited for this, because the game's boss battles, as is the norm for titles like this, in my opinion, are easily its shining high points. Especially since we get some actual character out of most of them this time. And in every case, it's going to be the protagonist of the game we're fighting. This is Electro Triple Star. Visitor, I've been waiting. My name is Electro Triple Star, the main character of the amazing hit game Electric Thunder Tiger. Triple Star! I know you. I played that for days at the arcade. The industrial monster designs were badass, and your big cannon was even more awesome. I see. You're a video game superstar, and my hero. This is so cool. The first boss is one of Travis's, childhood heroes. Visitor, why do we fight? Blood. The visitor fights for bloodthirst. Only for that? It just gets my blood rushing. You feel it too, right? Electricity is my blood. Your rival gets my electricity rushing. It's a bad omen. Blood and electricity, huh? Do you have a family? Yeah, that's right. At this point, Travis is married with a child. Are they important to you? How many answers are there to that question? What about you? I was unable to protect my beloved family. Fighting me will result in making your family grieve. That's pretty heavy. Don't worry, I'll send you on your way back to your family. Maybe it's because this is an action game, but the only stage prepared for us is one on which to fight. You're right, alright then, draw your sword. Okay. This is going to be an honorable duel between two video game luminaries. By which I mean we're going to be throwing him into the wall over and over again. Let's see what he's got for us first. Notice that healthy, boss bar at the top of it? I am rolling straight into his attacks. Great. That boss health bar is going to diminish really, really quickly. Oh, Lord. Well, it is when I break out my specials anyway. Most bosses in this game, to the best of my knowledge, have 3 distinct phases, and I'm playing terribly, forgive me. Oh, the battle music is so good, though. There we go. Oh, and we lost it immediately, thanks to his stupid-ass cannon. Stunning him, however, always nice. Phase 2! Live in the world of video games. Games are supposed to be played, not lived. I want you to be in my next game. I'll text you later. Contact me anytime you like. Yep, Phase 2. Electronic shooting star. Oh, is this his ult? Most bosses also have some kind of ult. Oh no. No, this is just a technique we have to destroy the generators to expose him to. Or, sorry, a defensive technique we have to destroy the generators to dispel. Hey, Bunny, no worries. I hope you've had a good day. So this No More Heroes game takes place entirely within a world of video games. Specifically, kind of pseudo Mega Man for this first stage. Oh, Lord. Notice he's down to a red health bar, meaning that once we destroy the generators, I think Phase 2 is technically over. So he's just going to be grinding around the periphery of the stage while we fight our way through the generators. And Bug Street Boys, of course. I do not like that, again, anything can hit you in the middle of animations. That's nasty. So it's not the best combat, but it's punchy. Bunny says pretty good, just playing the usual. Excited to get back on speedrunning on Saturday. It's gonna be so exciting. Yeah, what exactly is up with that? Your equipment have an issue? Okay. So now we actually get to fight the boss once again. By which I mean throw a bunch of henchmen into him. All of these bosses do have really cool attack patterns and very diverse movesets to learn, which is a marked improvement from the first game. But, at least early on when you don't have a wide variety of chips and upgrades, there's a lot of spamminess to this. Like, a lot of spamminess. Like so. Okay, we just got to stay alive long enough to let our chips recharge. Dude, you gotta follow that act with anything, or... And that's him finished, should be. Yep. And of course we finish them with a suplex. Because no more heroes. Bunny says I've not been able to speedrun this. I've not been allowed to speedrun this week, so I haven't been able to. Okay. Val asks if you have some kind of timer. Right, and Val says, yeah, my jaw's been killing me. Sorry to hear that, man, but I do look forward to the day where you could join us. That was an A rank? For that fight? Are you kidding me? Okay. Okay, sure. Yeah, whatever. I'll take it. Fine. I am perfectly happy with that. After this, we unlock the game featuring my favorite boss in this really cool little offering we have. Because after this, Travis is going to experience an FMV game from the 90s. Goodbye, Triple Star. This world salutes you. You gave us a bit of peace and order. The next Death Driver shall take on the deletion of the Destroyer. Bunny says I'm really serious about speedrunning, so I'd obviously use the same stopwatch everyone else uses. It's also very, very, like, intuitive. Very user-friendly, from what I understand. And by defeating Triple Star, we gain a signature chip that gives us one of his moves. The wing chip. And with that, we are vomited out of the 80s as all hell console. Back to our home base. I fought my old hero, Triple Star. Was it a dream? Was it real life? When I fight assassins, my mind just goes blank. It's like a form of etiquette between two people fighting to the death. As always, I took 3 deep breaths and closed my eyes. But this time, my trick for clearing my emotions didn't seem to work. Triple Star was right in front of my eyes, my own personal superstar. Memories of childhood came flooding back. My emotions were all out of whack. I killed my own hero. No more heroes. Someday, one of these days, Electric Thunder Tiger 3 will be back. I bet Devolver is gonna buy the rights and make a sequel. Oh, that's great. A man can hope, can he? Also, it's gonna feature Travis Touchdown. Oh, that was awesome. Like as a sidekick or some shit. Good night, Triple Star. You were a true hero. So after each mission, each of the 4 protagonists will have these little debriefings, whomever you cleared the stage with, reflecting on their experience. In the trailer, you can use the Death Drive Mark II to start new games, buy and change t-shirts, and view other materials like faxes or the archives. Yes! Yes! Oh, after Killer Marathon? Oh, damn it. Yeah, so with the second DLC, we finally get to play as Charlotte Birkin, Bad Girl, my favorite boss, or one of my favorite bosses from the first game, but only after we clear everything, including the DLC stage. A new scenario's been added to Badman Strikes Back, okay. 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 Ah, now we get to drop a save in the real world. Val says, this game is so friggin' reference heavy it almost hurts. Remember, this is the same series that straight up lifted Star Wars Episode 3 promotional materials for use in the first game, until I think someone in QA was like, no, we can't do that. So we're just out in the middle of the woods. Travis does not live here, he traveled here. Badman and Jean are with him. And yeah, we can buy t-shirts, which we're definitely going to do. There's a Dead Cells shirt, a Hyper Light Drifter shirt. As an apology for some inconvenience, this will unlock all the shirts? No, that's fine. A lot of these are references to other games, which I really like. Fury, there's a Fury shirt. Disco Elysium. War Groove. Oh, man. Super Hot. Papers, Please. Jesus H. There's some great stuff here. Salt and Sanctuary. Galaxy. Nuclear Throne. Undertale. Woo-wee. La Mulana 2. That is so cool that they're referencing Saturday Morning RPG, which is a nice little game. Downwell. Minute. Gods Will Be Watching, Absolver. Maybe Devolver published this, I'm thinking. Yeah, Enter the Gungeon, Reigns. This is a Devolver game, it has to be. Hotline Miami. Val says, see, I'm a fan of hyper-referential games. Oh, in this context, me too. Me too. But, I mean, would we ever really buy anything other than... Actually, yeah, we would. Never mind. What do I want to wear? What do I want to wear? I'm not a huge fan of graphic tees, but some of these... Oh, Hollow Knight. It's gotta be the Hollow Knight shirt. No, screw it. And now the ramen blog, we can actually get, like, reviews of each of the ramen. All of which have ridiculous negative scores because the critic is extremely particular. Tokyo Shoyu. There's just a lot of very funny things here. I'm not going to take the time to look at each of them, but they will all be added to the game here, or to the list then. Val asks, have you ever played a game by them called Carrion? That's the game where you play as some kind of eldritch abomination breaking your way out of a facility or a dungeon and evolving over time, right? Give me just a minute, guys. I need about 2 or 3 minutes to check my email and grab a drink, but I'll be right back with you. I think we've got enough time for one more stage tonight, or at least to unlock the next stage. Oh. are back. Let's have a look-see at what we have here. There's quite a few things we can do in the home base between rounds. We'll get a new fax after every mission. Travis Touchdown. Before you begin the game, I want you to think hard for a second. Which is more important to you, your life or video games? That's easy. This console, the Death Drive Mark II, brings death to its players. You've played it. You should know this better than anyone. Diving into the world of the Death Drive will indeed make for an amazingly immersive experience. At the same time, the longer you spend inside, the more severe the damage it does to your brain. Even now, in just that single instant, your brain has been thrown into fear and rage by the horribly disturbing white noise and signals from the machine. You're a clever guy, so I'm sure you've noticed it yourself. The construction of the human brain is extremely delicate and precise. The signals sent from this game destroy your brain tissue extremely easily, and can even burn off your nerve tissue. I pray you'll turn back now, while you still can. God bless America, K. That is another reference to a little indie game you may have heard of called Hotline Miami. Another series I really like, but I'm really bad at. Now here, we can check probably my favorite side content in this game, the Death Drive magazine adverts. These are like classic splash pages promoting each game, or in this case, the Death Drive console itself, in the style of those you would find in an old Nintendo Power or Game Pro magazine. So like the Death Drive, have a look-see. Look at this is so cool. Super duper hot scoop. This is the Death Drive Mark II. With only 3 months left till launch, we have no announcement regarding what console the Death Drive Mark II will be, but Carlos Setagaya is here to fill you in on his predictions for the console after having spoken with the people in the know throughout the industry, including actual Hazer employees. So let's see, huge spec. Sorry, I am going to have to gloss over some of this so we're not just reading for ages and ages. He thinks there would be like a point for, or a pot for designing ramen, or making ramen or aroma, sure. Kind of making fun of some of the speculative articles that you would see in video games like this. If you want the good stuff, you go to each games page. Look at this. Electric Thunder Tiger. Experience the impossible again and again. It's finally here. 3 years since the arcade hit, the legendary hero Electro Triple Star has returned to save the day. Or city. Electro Tower can be seen shining in the back. The boss awaits you there. I do love that they use actual screenshots from the game to give us our little tips and tricks and illustrations of the stage. Electro Triple Star's famous kill move, the Big Cannon, guaranteed to deal huge damage. I can personally attest to that. The family man with a 200 IQ, the genius scientist who creates his own equipment. His whole body is a weapon. Let's see. The year is 2223. The super high-tech electric speed city, drawing people from around the continent with its high-voltage neon illumination, has had all of its light stolen. The cause? The AI-controlled construction machines abandoned deep beneath the city have gone crazy. In the previous title, Professor of Electrotechnology and Architect of Electric Speed City, Tim Ford, transformed into Electro Triple Star. After succeeding in defeating the AI machines and recapturing control of the city, his enemies have risen from the underground once again. The construction mechs are even more powerful than before, and a group of terrorists is attempting to take advantage of the chaos to take control of the city. To make matters worse, with the power completely cut off, the temperature has dropped to 20 degrees below zero, meaning the clock is ticking for the citizens of the city. Bring back both light and peace to the city and save your family before they freeze. And here's a bio for Electro Triple Star. World-class architect and electro-technical engineer. The architect of Electric Speed City, he lives in town with his beloved wife and 2 daughters. A huge fan of comic book heroes, he's been repurposing and modding appliances and electronics since he was a child. He loves electric-type weapons, and met his wife at the Toast Gym. So let's have a look-see. You could see there's some codes here that we could input at certain spots in the stage to get specific treasures. Like summoning hidden characters and things like that. Okay. That should be most of our stuff ready. Wait. Gotta change that t-shirt. Gotta represent Hollow Knight, you know? I would be more upset that we don't have, no. Oh shoot, we got like Hotline Miami, Jet Set Radio, a lot of... Dragon's Dogma? Okay, shoot. Deadly Premonition? I'm wearing Hollow Knight, though. Thank you. Welcome back, Val. Is that one of the Fatal Frame games? Yeah, Val, check that out. They've got Jet Set Radio, Hotline Miami 2, Deadly Premonition, Dragon's Dogma, Fire Pro Wrestling, which is very Travis, Siren. Oh, Val, that's so cool to hear. Yeah, you brought it up several times before. But I'm repping Hollow Knight. I have to. Really quickly, I'm going to demonstrate how we obtain new games for the Death Drive. What we gotta do is head over to the Sepultaiga. With the bike, you can experience Travis Strikes Back, the story of Travis and his journey to collect the Death Balls. This is really cool. It's an interesting way to progress the story without losing or using up a great deal of the shoestring budget they had to work with. So you're wondering where this is? This is my hideout. But since I've invited you here, it's kind of pointless now. Information finds any route it can to leak and spread somehow. Whatever. I'll be gone tomorrow. So where to start? Well, my life has turned upside down ever since Badman showed up. I just wanted to live in peace. I was sick of paying for my life in the assassin rankings, so I came here. I wanted to become one with the trees and become a living thing again. I needed to get away from fame. Now, I know it's not cool to leave a wife and kid behind to come here, but that's another story. Ever the valiant hero, Travis. So anyway, Badman had a fucking death ball. One of 6 legendary games. I had searched everywhere for them. And the one he had was Electric Thunder Tiger 2, where Triple Star makes his comeback. A sequel to the legendary masterpiece. I played the shit out of it at the arcade. I was able to beat the game in one go. That game was a real legend. Anyways, apparently it seems I killed Badman's daughter or something. Must have been that one chick. She was a real crazy one. One of my top 3 opponents. What? You want to hurry up and play? Just wait a second. You know, these death balls can only be played on the Death Drive Mark II console. A dark, unnatural console that never actually got released. There were only a few prototypes, and they went for millions on world-famous auction sites. A true legend among legends. The first Death Drive was only available for a single month, and only in certain regions. It was an arcade cabinet that basically became an urban legend, so an in-universe equivalent of Polybius. So when it was announced that Mark II would be a console, gamers totally lost their collective shit. But it ended up never getting released. The so-called dangerous hardware became nothing but a rumor. But that wasn't the only rumor. There were 6 games that were scheduled to be released together with the Death Drive Mark II. It was said that if you collected the Death Ball cartridges for all 6 games, loaded them up, and beat them all, then your wish would come true, whatever you wanted. That was the urban legend going around. Fucking Badman. Is he really trying to bring his daughter back to life? That dude is such a hassle. So anyway, long story short, that dickhead Badman and I, we ended up inside this here Death Drive Mark II. Okay, you ready? Let the game begin. So yeah, they're trying to use the power of an urban legend to bring Charlotte Birkin back to life. That is the plot of this game. I love it. And yeah, instead of cutscenes or world exploration, we get old school text adventures between every stage. They're all linear. They're basically visual novel segments. Val says, Sword Art Online with a middle-aged man grieving his daughter instead of a harem? Yeah, more or less. Now, question. Since these sections can get long, and I mean very, very, very long, should I just kind of gloss over them as lightly as possible, since they're not really relevant to the gameplay or the game worlds, to get us into our next stage as fast as possible? It's very charming, admittedly. Very, very charming. Val says, honestly, it's up to you. I don't mind one way or the other. You play the game how you want to as the streamer. I know, I just don't want you guys to miss out on anything, but then again, it's no more heroes, and the story doesn't matter as much as characters and world and all that. All you need to know is Travis goes to find a death ball, weird, like, zany slapstick stuff happens, he acquires said death ball, goes back to the trailer, yeah, there's a lot of this. We get a new briefing. I think we get either a new fax and a new promotional splash screen, or just the latter, and can then dive into the game. Val says it's charming, I'm sure, and if you enjoy it, showcase it. Oddly enough, I do not, because there's so much of this. It's good, and it's an ingenious use of their shoestring budget, but it's not exactly a worthwhile investment of our time tonight. We can go back and read these later on if we, say, start broadcasting at a healthy time tomorrow, and we pull in an audience that wants to see them, we can always go back and read them again. None of this has any impact on the game more broadly. It's just a massive love letter to the old school text adventures that I think Suda and other members of the development team loved growing up. And there were some really good ones. Alright. Yes, Val, you were going to talk about carrying. So we show up to a Nightmare Burger. Which, that's a place I would spend my money at, definitely. Apparently it's very good for a place called Nightmare Burger. This guy, I think, is an informant who's going to help us find the death balls. Oh, and Jean, our cat, is now an anime girl cat for some reason who acts as Travis's sidekick, only in these segments. Which is interesting enough, I suppose. And we're back on the road. Where are we heading? A car wash. Great. A dark website live streaming assassins. I just love that that's part of the universe here. Alright, so we go to a barbecue restaurant. You can see why attempting to narrate all this with different voices, too, would be absolutely, insane. Come on. I love that. Whatever. So there isn't enough time nor budget to make a new boss fight for this game. I get that now. Okay, so we have to solve a crossword puzzle, and she just gives us the death ball. Or rather, keys we'll need to acquire the death ball. She used to be Dr. Juvenile's roommate. It doesn't matter, though, because none of this will ever come up again. There's an underground dungeon beneath this Walmart. and we just explore it and get the death ball. Okay. Val says it's basically a Metroidvania with the protagonist being a mysterious fleshy alien growth. Yeah. Bishop? But he died in the first game. Never mind. Or second game. Puzzles and combat are fairly well done. You have 3 levels of mass that each have different powers and benefits. Yeah. You change your mass by consuming corpses and depositing excess in pools of water. I've seen a little bit of it. It looks very good. Apparently we've got a really cute, charming platformer, like light puzzle platformer from Square Enix coming out pretty soon called Balan Wonderworld. Needs a little bit of polish, according to what people have to say about the demo, but it looks very, very good, with 12 or 13 really distinct settings. Oh no, he's the younger brother of Bishop, who was killed in the last game. Okay. Okay, we now have our second death ball. Something that is pretty cool is they took the time to give each of the death balls a totally different texture. And I suppose I have to say disc art or cartridge art. Oh, and with this, we get to challenge my second favorite stage in the base game. Now remember, there is a DLC stage, Killer's Wonderland or something like that, that I've never played before. So it's going to be brand new to me. No new faxes, but we do get a new archives item for our new game. It's an FMV game called Life is Destroy. If you are alone, no one can hear you scream. Become a psycho killer. Yeah. Turn the house panel at the top of the screen to open the path to the goal in this brain-teasing game. Yeah, this is a... Val says, I would have been more than happy to do all the voices for those characters. I just need to feel a little better. Oh no, no worries. I didn't mean that actually narrating it would be the nightmare. I mean it would take so damn long. Check out the mansion housing the boss battle. Mow down the bugs that just keep on coming. Can you escape from this game's horrible pleasure? A mix of puzzle and action elements combine to form a new kind of game based on the real-life tragic crime that took place in a newly built residential area. While solving a slew of puzzles in stages based on American suburbs throughout the years, Doppelganger massacres a varied lineup of garbage people in this crazy-ass game. The actual crime itself is filled with mystery. It's unknown how he managed to murder all those people without getting caught, as well as why he killed his wife, but spared his daughter. On top of that, his daughter still has yet to be found. In this game, you have to kill off all the enemies, residents, that keep coming your way. It's a bit creepy, but once you get into it, you just can't stop. And our antagonist, Mr. Doppelganger. They don't include it, but for some reason his full title is actually Mr. Doppelganger. Doppelganger was once a social worker, helping young people who had fallen through the cracks of society. One day, something set him off, leading him to murder his wife and then all of the garbage people throughout the city. All in all, he claimed more than 3,200 victims. Surprisingly, his weapon of choice is said to be a corkscrew, and to this day he continues to evade capture. This guy is ultra fucked up. Yeah, and he's got a really interesting design, in that it's somewhat uninteresting, just very nice and neat. Val says maybe when you're done with the gameplay story, you can have a reading story replay stream. Yeah, maybe. Oh, and it always lets us know what our next stage is going to be. After this, we unlock a game called Coffee and Donuts. I love this little FMV game. I love the way it changes up the gameplay, or base gameplay. I adore Mr. Doppelganger as an antagonist. There's just a lot of good things I have to say about this one. Val says that guy looks like me when I wear my trench coat. Yeah, me too when I wear, like, my overcoat and a scarf, which is very rarely. because I genuinely like the cold, and don't shelter myself from it unless I absolutely have to. Alright, let's dive into the drive. So you could choose Electric Thunder Tiger. We have a proper choice screen now, or select screen now. And life is destroy. Let's dive on in.
I'll be back.
Travis, of course. This also has probably the best opening cutscene out of any of the games. Very cool aesthetic. It's a beautiful reference.
Die! 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 Oh, fuck! Why do you live?
Yeah, Val's got it. Sega! This is so cool.
Why would you get it? So, you like games? Let's play a game of death. Guilty. 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 Choose. Choose.
I love the deliberately campy acting as well. It really captures the spirit of those, like, early 90s FMV titles. Right down to, like, the D-list special effects. I love it. It's a really cool little scene. Val says, oh hey, he's heterochromic like me. Yep. One blue and one golden eye. I don't know if that's reflected in-game. So this is actually a stage based around very light puzzles. It's set in a sprawling, completely homogeneous suburban neighborhood that we're going to have to constantly rearrange the layout of in order to proceed to a series of manor houses where Mr. Doppelganger has executed his victims as we attempt to chase him down. Our target's always going to be the manor house, but there will quite often be little goodies scattered all throughout the stage for us. So here we are, huh? Travis touchdown. Back for more? You never learn, do you? I assume you know this, but this is a restricted area. It's closed off. You can't proceed any further. The road keeps going. If there's a road, I'm gonna keep going. There's a serial killer hiding in town. All the roads have been closed. And just change the game's rules. I'll get rid of the serial killer for you. Before that, we're gonna kill you. Fine, give me your best shot. The pen is mightier than the sword. You can't use your spiffy little beam katana during dialogue. The rhythm of the text will decide your fate. Die. Death or destruction assault buster. Huh? It won't work. Not enough points saved up. You lucky bastard. Well, whatever. Watch out for Doppelganger. He has no limits. Neither does the extent to which I'm gonna kill his ass. Love this game's dialogue. So, if we stand in one of these little illuminated squares... Oh, hello, Dr. Juvenile. We can use a special switch to rotate certain perfectly square segments of the neighborhood's houses and roads. So we have to track Mr. Doppelganger to the home where he committed his most recent crime, and then clear it of bugs. A process which the developers of Cyberpunk 2077 would be quite unfamiliar with. Just little bug street boys here, nothing major. We will have plenty of quality opportunities to try out Electro Triple Star's personal technique, though. And here we have more conventional gameplay, as we clear out the mansion. Doppelganger once worked with pride to improve society, but when his intentions faced cold reality, it broke his heart. This house is where the first murder occurred. He killed his wife with a corkscrew, then he attempted to kill his daughter. Yeah, so this is his home, meaning he was making an impressive amount of money for a social worker. I will tell you that. It's a really criminally underpaid profession. Music here is just unsettling and, like, cacophonic, or cacophonous enough. It's very nice. I assume this is where his wife was attacked. And every time we clear a room, we will open the passage to another. Though not always in a perfectly linear fashion. Often not, I should say. The telekinesis is so good. Val says, I fear most of us are learning that most professions are criminally underpaid. Oh, yeah. Believe you me. I'm in education. We know. Oh, this is, an enemy generator. They're quite nasty and are usually going to be our first targets. Let's use, our new technique. Yeah! Arc lightning chained between enemies. I'm digging that. I will gladly shell out for that. Problem is you lose a level of the special meter if more or less anything but one of the Bug Street boys lands a hit. After this, I think we unlock the toilet, which we can use to drop a save really quickly. Yep, that's it. And then we just have to leave the mansion as soon as we're done here. And we get a brand new music track just for this. That's really cool. Now, did we miss anything anywhere in the home? It's one hell of a garden, isn't it? My dude must have been making some serious money, or more likely his wife was. Yep, that's right. Val says he's taking a shit without wiping his ass while still wearing the damn power glove. Yep, as he has done dozens of times throughout this series at this point. Keep that in mind now. This is apparently just standard procedure for Travis. He, moving around must be very uncomfortable for him. Al says, that's like me playing VR and not taking off my index or controllers. Right. So we've not seen the real danger that can be present during these puzzle segments yet. I don't think they'll show up until maybe case 3 or 4. Wait. There we go. That's what we want. many of these puzzles are quite simple, unless, of course, you're going for, unlocking absolutely all of the optional content you can. Like, all of the little bonuses and hazer boxes and things like that. Oh, shit. Bell says, that begs a real question. I wonder if my PC can handle streaming VR. Oh, well, I don't know. If it can handle playing it pretty well, I would imagine you can get some titles to function at the very least. Doppelganger wasn't able to forgive those who fell through the cracks of society. There was a dope dealer out on parole who was living in this house, but he was secretly providing drugs to teenagers. So to make sure this dealer couldn't do any more damage, Doppelganger sliced him to bits with his corkscrew. Jeez. Hey, we got a chip, though. And what skill is this while I'm here? Generates an area within which players will recover power. Yeah, we don't really need that. Val says, I could most likely get Beat Saber to function. That's all we need, then. You need to stream a series of custom Beat Saber stages created from Viper's music. That's it. You will be a Twitch superstar at that time. That's all it's gonna take. You'll cowards don't even play on expert. Oh, hey, Grandpa's back. What does he have to say this time? Those who say they're your allies are usually bad-mouthing you in secret. Be careful of these people. Noticing that all of Grandpa's advice is just complaining about random things or telling us to hate people we currently don't. Grade A advice, sir. Bell says, you cowards don't even play Expert Plus. Yes, I'm sorry. Oh, another new enemy? Defensively oriented armored bug. Well, I say defensively oriented. It's hard to be when your opponent is telekinetic. Ah! Get off. There we go. Hey, Bunny, welcome back. No, no worries. Yes, Dr. Juvenile, thank you, I know. We were getting rid of everyone but the armored enemy, so we can do this. Ooh, wasn't expecting that. I guess we probably have to use telekinesis to deal with them. Bunny says, these hours of the day I switch between watching streams and interacting with those in the Sunshine speedrunning community. Right on. I'm unfortunately less active online unless I'm streaming of late because I'm so busy with courses and trying to make sure that my class, the class I'm more or less teaching at this point, is functioning properly. Okay, is that everything? We dropped a save. Also, you have to appreciate the amazing class of Travis, Travis breaking into all of these homes, these active crime scenes, like crapping in their toilets, and I don't believe flushing any of the time, so just a classy guy all around. Alright, case 3. I want to say there's close to 10 of these total. I actually really like this stage design. It's quite different. There we go. Those shields don't stand up too well to a charge attack, or a special attack. Val says, but I don't have any custom songs or have capability at the time. I may try and mod that in before I stream, or may just try to get through the BTS soundtrack on Expert Plus. Yeah, that'd make a great stream. I like K-pop, I would watch. For the longest time, I kept, like, saying, by pure accident, BTK when I meant BTS. That was awkward. Is there anything we want to actually use these suckers to do? Wait, yes there is. Boom. So that way we can rotate the park. Rotate the park. Nope. Mm-hmm. Good. Perfect. Bunny says I've never listened to K-pop. Oh, it's very good. Extremely smooth, polished music. Actually spanning or influenced by a whole plethora of genres. Very reminiscent of, like, the polished, studio and, like, production-driven music of pop music of the late 90s and early 2000s from the US. Except, usually with higher quality of performance, because a lot of K-pop artists are trained in, like, special academies from a relatively young age. This house marks part of Doppelganger's descent to madness. It was here he took another step toward becoming a monster. He crucified a teenager who had killed his parents and gotten away with the crime. Then, in order to hear the criminal's voice, he ate his body. That's when he began to play host to a range of different personalities. So, yes, this is a very unwell man whose mental state is constantly deteriorating throughout his story, which White Sheep Man is going to reveal to us in every single mansion. And yeah, Val says, think of NSYNC, but like real talent. Or, say this, NSYNC was not bad, honestly, if I'm giving them a totally fair evaluation. Imagine NSYNC, but with exceptional talent. Bunny says I'm more into Japanese music. Well, yeah, no, a lot of J-pop is quite similar, and in fact they share a lot of the same basic production philosophies. Hello, Shieldbug. Goodbye, Shieldbug. Grandpa's words of wisdom. When it comes to cheddar cheese, it's aged 2 years or nothing. Learn to tell the difference. Okay. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Grandpa. Looking for those Azteca stones, I really would like to have a few. You know, so I can get those shirts that I will never wear because I have a Hollow Knight tee now and that's all the world needs. Oh, that's cool, Bunny. You're going to start studying Japanese properly. Right on. So is this actual course, do you have an instructor or anything like that lined up? Oh, there's an Azteca stone. Speak of the devil. Val says if you tune into the stream I'm playing this coming Monday, you'll be able to listen to K-pop. Yes, indeed. Also, one of the stages in NSR, that wonderful rhythm game, which I think you were present in the audience for, 1010 stage, the boy band, is based very lightly on K-pop. Doesn't sound a great deal like it, but it's got some similar elements. Oh, it's the same pre-recorded curriculum as your homeschool. Alright, I gotcha. Not sure how that would work for foreign language learning, but it's an interesting concept. My Chinese is nowhere near as sharp as I would like it to be, so I'm going to be brushing up through the use of Duolingo. It's difficult teaching yourself a language when you have so few opportunities to actually utilize it in a relatively casual fashion, or when your natural mode of speech is as stunted and kind of, not exactly disjoint, but diffuse as mine. Oh, wow, you taught yourself Russian. That's awesome, man. It's a beautiful language, it really is. Oh, I see an Azteca coin, I think. No, that's just a DD coin. My bad. Alright, let's cut through bug gates. And another bug gates. Or not, we could just run instead. That's fine. So it's gonna be a while before we get... No, sorry, that is just a regular coin, isn't it? Yes. Val says, honestly, I've heard looking up sites that act as message boards for people who speak both is a good idea. That way you can at least brush up on your grammar and spelling. Oh, that's the thing, though. My, at least as last I checked, it's going to be abysmal now until I can, like, properly brush up. My Chinese grammar, my ability to read, write, and understand it was pretty solid. It was, speaking, like, conversationally that would always get me. Okay, so this gives us access to this side avenue and some Hazer gear. What we need to do is find our way over to that Unreal Engine logo. It also says pronunciation and speaking is always the fun part. Oh, it legitimately is a great deal of fun for Chinese because it's such a beautiful melodic language. Okay, now let's really think this through. Well, that gets us back over there. We need to find a way to rotate the park. So, maybe. Right? Yeah. Val says, luckily Russian doesn't rely on subtle pronunciation cues like Asian languages. Right, no, it's non-tonal. Though honestly, the tonal aspects of Chinese are not that bad at all. They're really not difficult to learn. There are some languages, like I believe Vietnamese... Is it Vietnamese or Thai that have like 12 tones or something? A crazy amount that make a lot of pronunciation very, very popular. Very, very subtle. Sorry. Popular. Listen. Oh, shit. I thought we would stagger him out of the detonation, but we didn't. Dal says, like, shu can mean like 5 different things depending on where you put the emphasis. Or if you put emphasis, on any part of the word whatsoever. That's correct. Okay, now what we need to do is rotate these right like that. Perfect. We're still in the easy ones, folks. This will get quite a bit harder. Hey, it's our first ramen stand in somebody's bedroom. What ramen is this going to be? Hakodate Shio. Warms you up even in the sub-zero northern climate. Oh, sub-zero, that sounds great right about now. The salt and seafood-based broth is amazingly smooth. Oh, yeah. And yes, Val, he did. Of course he did. It's Travis, what do you expect? Alright, Grandpa, what do you have for us this time? After parties aren't worth going to, there's nothing for you there. Okay. This is the spot where Doppelganger killed the most people at once. He killed all 82 members in a New Age cult facility. The red on the walls is a testament to his amazing record. Take it all in. Oh my god! Look at that. And Grandpa again. Shoot for number 1. Then you can become the only one. Okay, sure. A new enemy? Okay, I want to say these... attack with lasers of some sort? Kinda, sorta. Projectiles. Oh, lord. That wasn't my intention at all. Oh no, they provide a shield or a buff of some sort. Let's try to cut through Lady Bug while we can. And then smash through the enemy generators. Oh, no, you don't. There we go. Want to angle that final hit to make sure it strikes at least 2 of the sandbugs. Val says, oh, so they're an AoE and buff type. Yeah, with a reasonably powerful projectile attack of their own, if they absolutely must use it. But they're down. Man, Triple Star's move is really effective. And like that, we are free. I want to say we might get our mid-boss in the next mansion. Yeah, no, we don't even flush or anything. That is great. Travis has not wiped down there in, like, 6 years. That's got to be incredibly discomforting. Jeez. Welcome to Case 5. Is this where we get introduced to the terrifying obstacles that make these sections actually kind of difficult? Yes, it is. Right, so these things are, very, very slow-moving pursuers that will kill us on contact. So what we have to do is kind of kite them around while we work to solve the puzzle. Or, in this case, make it to an Azteca stone. Swing, 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 swing. Oh no, the stone's right out in the open. Never mind. This one's kind of easy. There will be more than one of these entities pursuing us in later cases. Oh yeah, and sometimes we have to go through arenas with them on our ass. Like all of the crap on Travis's. Oh, hello, Chip. I will gladly take a chip. Yes, thank you. And yep, there's our mid-boss, Sheepman Green. Almost got enough for a level up. Destroy Chip. Sets a wall, blocking attacks and advancement. Dissipates after a set amount of time or after taking a set amount of damage. Might be useful for certain encounters, but I kind of like the general use moveset we've got right now. Just one look out the back, and you can tell it was the site of Doppelganger's next crime. He killed his victims after allowing them to taste complete and utter hopelessness. Even with all the rules of escape, they were killed in the middle of their home without having moved an inch. Once he had found them, they didn't even have a chance. In other words, we had no real content or, like, story planned for this murder, so, generalities. If we can, we want to keep that special charged up and ready for Sheepman Green. It will allow us to pulverize him in seconds. Oh, I like that the electricity stuns them for just a second, too. Oh god, this is a lot of enemies. Like an entire army of bugs just creating a veritable rave over in the middle of the room. Well, it looks like we have to use our special to get back up to tier 3. There we go. Oh, damn it, we lost it. Those give you, like, a great deal of resources if you, Oh, shit! Defeat them in time. Alright, well that wasn't ideal, but let's go fight this thing. Oh yeah, Bug's attacks also temporarily preclude you from using your skills. It was all a dream, huh? It's all in your head. Oh, okay, Grandpa. Sure. Alright. Whatever. Looks similar to the first, but this one has a slightly different moveset, I believe. Who are you? Has Doppelganger come back? Passing, you say? I'm not letting you through. Enough bullshit, let's do this. This is your second trial, punk. You know what makes a mid-boss really terrifying? Skill application, productivity, and effectiveness. Die. Okay, let's do this thing. Let's go ahead and pop off that special first. How do you attack? Largely by the same manner, but it looks like he has some kind of teleportation as well. This is the power of spamming one's skills in, like, particularly difficult encounters. Oh, got a small AoE. Okay. No, damn you, I was about to unwind with a level 3 special. Ugh. There we go. That got him. Not significantly harder than the first one. I think it just had one or two new moves. I think it's so cool that Devolver Digital, of all parties, was either, like, party to or actively published, like, a No More Heroes game. That is really righteous. Okay, gonna go ahead and drop a save. And I suppose, make sure we didn't miss anything around the house. And head out to case 6. Okay, let's do this thing. Oh, I see another Azteca stone. Okay, that one was easy enough. I'm certain we'll have to mess with some of these multiple times. Oh shoot, there's 2 Azteca stones here. They really want me to put myself in harm's way, don't they? Just can't let it touch us. Like that! Shit! Oh no, we lost a life. Yeah, that's always awful. Okay, note to self, never use heavy attacks near these entities, because the recovery time will get you killed. That's alright, I'm not expecting just a ton of deaths in this playthrough. These things, I believe, are the only ones I'm aware of, the only entities in the entire game that can kill you in one hit at any time. And that includes the final boss. So we're going to have to constantly chase this thing back down near the bottom of the stage. No. There we go. There we go. Ah, but we need the Azteca stone, we really do. There we go. Perfect. Absolutely hate that I died to one of these friggin' things, but, you know, it is what it is. Mansion number 6, let's go. Oh, this one's an absolute shambles. Doppelganger likes to kill his victims according to how they live. Guns, knives, bombs. For the fatty holed up in his house abusing animals, he stuck a bomb in his gut and blew him up. Turn back now if you're afraid, Jesus. Oh, new enemy? Ah, these, like, burrowing little drill-armed enemies are kind of interesting. Not super difficult to deal with, but kind of tanky. Like a lot of the elite bugs are. There we go. So I assume we're going to end up eventually in the purple room, but what's in here? Just some... Oh! Extra life to replace the one we lost. Perfect. What all is in here? Well, another Lend bug. So it alternates near constantly between the dive and the jab. Oh, man. That's the problem with a lot of this game's encounters, man. They feel great, but a lot of the times you get hit, it does feel like it's not quite your fault because of the constant, like, recovery time ascribed to more or less everything but light attacks that don't deal any damage at all. There we go. That was an easy room clear. Now at the end of the road, and... Oh, it's an enemy spawner. With a bug who took away my special attack level. Of course they did. We're not gonna see a lot of level 3 specials from now on, I'm afraid. Oh, and we're ready to drop a save and grab some more cash. Of course we want to do this. I think after this there's either 2 or 3 more. I remember... Or I don't think there's 10 cases. I want to say there's 8 or 9. We're getting pretty close to Mr. Doppelganger, though, as you could tell by the crime scenes becoming more and more heinous as we progress on. Also, out in this nebulous neighborhood, you'll notice that as time goes on, it seems like the time of day is passing. We're nearing twilight. Oh, this is a lot of stuff to gather and deal with those monsters on our tails. It also says shoving a bomb into someone's gut seems pretty heinous. Yeah, and if I remember correctly, they might not get any, like, quote-unquote squickier, but they are going to get worse. Hello, a stack of stone. Just think of all the t-shirts we won't unlock with you. Okay. No, that is not what we want at all. Wait, is that a chip? Oh yeah, we definitely want this then. Good thing I saw it. Yeah! The most important collectibles in the game, even though I've yet to swap one of them out for those that we've had since near the start of the game. Oh god, just the sounds they're making are so disturbing. I love it. What's our new chip, really quick, if I can check? Well, we can level up, that's the first thing we're going to do. The 00 chip performs a quick dash. I don't think that's really worth it, but it's good to know we have that ability. Might need it for a couple spots later on, who knows. There we go, perfect. So I think as long as we make it to one of the mansions, we are good to go. Or there's like a fake-out mansion on a lot of these maps. According to Doppelganger, murder was his duty, his work, his fun, and his pleasure. He was a brilliant killer precisely because he loved killing so much. In this house, in front of the whole family, he killed their father. But nobody even pressed charges. It's like they were waiting for him to do it. This is about as dark as the game gets. A lot of the other video game worlds are very, like, kind of over the top and cheery. This one, again, feels like one gigantic Night Trap reference. Which, I mean, is always a nice thing, yeah? We're getting to the point where these mace wielders are just nothing at all. Oh, no you don't. Nope, nope. The difficult thing about the sandbugs is that they will vomit out troops at a ridiculously fast pace. Well above that which you would typically associate with, like, an enemy generator in games like this. See what I mean about, like, recovery times, though? Like, there is nothing we can do to evade a lot of these hits, unfortunately. It's not that attacks aren't telegraphed, either. They are quite well. It's just we don't have the time to react to them. Oh, hello, Bugjiro. Indie games are fun. You should check out Rasho's work. There you'll find the truth. It's a pretty sweet plug, I think. Oh, it's another one of the elites. And Lady Bugbug again, because of course. When it's just one-on-one, these guys aren't too tough. Ah. There we go. Got him. We'll go ahead and have some ramen, why not? What are we having today? Abura Soba. Oh, I love soba noodles. A next generation ramen pioneer. No soup, all new flavor. Even better. Even better. Just a straight up noodle dish. I love that. Oh, do you see us just send that poor Bug Street boy pinballing across the room? Okay. Well, that's this mansion clear. Notice they're getting more and more complex. Man, I really like this stage. The environmental design, the kind of tile-shifting puzzles, simple though they are, in the neighborhood. It's just very nice. It's got a beautiful feel to it. Val says, more complex and more enemy-filled. Yikes. Yeah, we're not going to see any absolutely unbearable enemy gauntlets in this game, thankfully, until we hit the final stage. For the most part, even though these stages can be quite long, they're balanced and paced really well. This is a simpler game than the other No More Heroes titles, but it does a lot of what it strives to do quite proficiently. Alright, case number 8. And oh goodness, there's a lot of stuff to collect here, I'm sure. Well, I see what I believe is an Unreal logo. Good. Whatever could be down here? No, 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 no. No, thank you. I do appreciate that they wait until you progress beyond a certain distance beyond the starting point to spawn those things in. Oh, that was easy. Just something to maybe drain some health and waste some time, I suppose. Oh, Lord. So we're going to have to shuffle all of this around from over here. Not like that. Not like that. Oh, come on. There we go. These entities, whatever they are, notice they didn't even get a proper name, are the most dangerous, I would say the most dangerous individual threats in the entire game. Alright, we've got to kite this stupid thing. I don't think it has anything to do with Mr. Doppelganger, either. They rather resemble the masks, used as decoration by the sheepmen, I think. Hey, there we go. There's something. At least we've got a more or less continuous path, a circuit that we can run through the entire neighborhood to buy a little time. This, kids, is what we call suburban sprawl. Please tell me you will just allow us to... Oh, damn it. Okay. So we're gonna have to rotate that sucker again. Because of course we are. This is either the last case or the second to last. This might be the last. The puzzles are getting just about as complex as I would expect a No More Heroes game to throw at us, so... Let's see what we got here. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Yeah, this won't do the job, though. Ah. Wait, I know what to do. I know what to do. What we want to do... Right, like that. No, no, no. Hold on, I'll get this. We want to use a way to use the little curve dominated by yellow houses to feed back into. No. No. Oh, no. Oh, shit! I got caught on a fucking mailbox or something. That's alright, though. It's alright. This is the one game where something like this will happen to you fairly frequently. But there's no way to access it from there. No matter what we do. We have to spin the little yellow tile one more time so that it'll create a loop back into the red tile. Maybe this'll do? Oh, yes. Thank you, Lord. Alright. Alright, way too long on a simple puzzle, but we got this. As long as I can get down, we're good. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, we've just got to rotate that one more time. Perfect. Okay, let's get ready. One more mansion, I think. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. Getting ready for the boss now, I think. Doppelganger always makes the final blow himself. With guns, it's always point blank. The holes in the wall are from lining up his victims and executing them, one by one. Cheery! Okay, just tons of enemy generators in this house. That seems to be the theme. Fine by me. Because more generators means more enemies means more EXP, and we'll need a heckin' lot to get to our next level. This game is designed, I think, with a certain measure of replayability in mind, as evinced by the bonus characters only being playable in the post-game. Don't believe music. 80% of music is drugs, the other 20% is pharmaceuticals. I mean, maybe Viper's music, but okay, whatever. I'm sure one of those messages will make sense eventually. Val says, yeah, unless you're Viper. No, then it's all drugs. Okay, that's all of them down. Then it's 700% drugs, 20% alcohol. Well, yes, of course. Viper violates the laws of physics on a daily basis, so that sounds like him. There we go. Nice and easy. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, shit. The, slowdown AoE will actually, halt, well, slow really, but effectively halt the movement of the, and action of the enemy generators as well, which is actually really helpful for them. Val says, and like 7,000% bad choices. Bad choices? I'm sorry. Have you released over 1,700 full-length studio albums inside of, around 20 years? No, that's the kind of originality and artistry that only Viper can bring to the game, somehow, probably through fraud. But it's still really impressive, and something that we should aspire to. I mean, only a mind that brilliant, a mind that unique, can create an album titled Ass with 4 S's, and then followed up not even a full year later with another album titled Ass with 6 S's and an exclamation point. Now that kind of iteration right there, that is pure artistry. That is like aesthetic craftsmanship at its finest. Oh, and Val, again, you say especially not one with an album titled You'll Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack. Not an album, at least 3. There was also You'll Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack 2, the sequel, and a third album titled You'll Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack that reused the album art from the first one, run through a really strong lime green Photoshop filter, but despite having the same name and album art for the most part, had a completely different roster of songs on it. So, yeah. Oh, this is it. This is Mr. Doppelganger. Notice there's not really much of a puzzle here. Travis, you're familiar with insanity. You can feel it, can't you? Doppelganger's digitalization has increased his purity as a killer even further. Don't hesitate, otherwise you're screwed. Well, let's take him on. I really like the Doppelganger fight, actually. Oh, one more save toilet. Use them just for the money. Just for the money. Certainly not for the hygiene. Val says, don't you mean corkscrewed? That's good. That's really good. Although he doesn't actually use the corkscrew itself. It looks like it's just on a really, like, wicked-looking Swiss Army knife, and he uses the blade for the most part. Anyway, here we go, Mr. Doppelganger. Ooh, that trench coat giving you a little trouble there, buddy? Oh, no. My name is Doppelganger Patrick Granada Jr. I'm a professional killer. Why would you get in my way? A killer? You're just a crazy-ass murderer. This game is bullshit. The developer really sucks. Oh, that sounds like some Let's Players I know. She's a genius. I gave birth to her and she gave birth to me. A perfect cycle. A true succession. You're, like, really fucked up, huh? But whatever. Sometimes you just gotta deal with weirdos like this, I guess. You make me laugh. You think an assassin can kill a killer? See for yourself how different we are. Yeah, I guess we are pretty different. I just noticed. A dude who kills by instinct, and a psycho who kills for work. Let's see who's the strongest. Here's my doppelganger technique. One hit and you're dead. Perfect. I've been wanting some excitement. And yeah, Val says, ooh, that clip. And yeah, I was wondering about that, the blades. Yeah, shit's cray-cray. It is. But he brings an interesting gimmick to the fight. I can hear the sound. The sound of blood coursing through your veins. Now it's time to kill. I'm gonna reset your very existence. All nonsense. Here we go. So on his own, Mr. Doppelganger really isn't anything to worry about. Especially when you've got superpowers. Notice he's also effectively silent. But, once we get him down to Phase 2, Doppelganger 2. Come on, bring it. Bring on Phase 2. Change. Doppel 2. So remember, we want the one with the tie and the red scarf, because there's going to be several of them now. I want to say it's this one. Nope. There he is. Got him. Okay, the one I attacked first must not have had the tie. Oh, here come the cards. Or here they would have come. He's actually much easier to deal with than Triple Star was. He deals more damage, sure, but his attacks are also far more clearly telegraphed. And he has, for once, relatively cumbersome recovery times. Can I get a Phase 3? Doppelganger 3. Your final form, huh? What are you gonna do, mutate and get real big? That was proposed, but it got scrapped for spec reasons. Huh? What the hell does that mean? Don't worry about it. I was just thinking out loud. Change! Doppel 3! Alright, let's find our guy. Not him. Whoops. Oh no, are we dead? No. There he is. Sorry, just the specifics of the color and pattern and all that were screwing with me. We got him. And he is toast. Aside from that little trick, Mr. Doppelganger has nothing at all to worry about. It's clobberin' time, Travis? Really? Ooh! Val says, and the quarterback is toast. Yeah, that's sick. SS rank, like double S. I don't know if you can go any higher than that. I think there might be a triple S, maybe? But that is pretty good stuff, y'all. Pretty good stuff. And Val says, nice. Damage taken is 69. Yeah. You managed to defeat me. Look at him! Look at what the scarf was covering. It was, he skinned one of his victims and was wearing his, like, entire cranium, eyes and all, as a helmet. So this is what an assassin is. This is the truth. It's now clear that you're just like me. I'm nothing like you. You're just greedy. More greedy than anyone when it comes to killing. But you lack something crucial. Human emotion. That's not true, assassin. I'm full of joy and happiness. Having joy without sorrow means you're just an empty specter. Sorrow? What? Go wander hell for a while, Spectre. Then you'll know sorrow and pain. Hell. And he just has a breakdown. Like most of the dialogue in No More Heroes, none of this really means anything. Doppelganger had become less than human. I think he would have been satisfied being beaten by you. Or wait, no, look, the scarf, that wasn't, like, the body of one of his, victims, but the scarf was covering up a growth bearing the shape and color of the masks that were chasing us. He's still at large in the real world, though. I guess I need to be careful. And we get Mr. Doppelganger's custom chip. The F91 chip. Doppelganger wasn't a weirdo, a pervert, or a psycho. He was just a straight-up murderer. His soul is still wandering that city, most likely in search of his daughter. Is that his atonement? No. He's just an arrogant fucking snob, always looking down on people. How full of shit. Again, character development is not great in this series. But the spectacle usually is. No, the doppelganger fight, I liked that. I liked that a lot. So we receive more, like, material. Quite a bit of material, actually. And starting tomorrow, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can set out for our third death ball, Coffee and Donuts, which is modeled on, I believe, like old-school PlayStation 1 style RPGs, like JRPGs. It's gonna be good stuff. It features a really interesting concept. It doesn't do anything to change up the gameplay substantially, but, like, the key conceit of the stage is really, really interesting. And after that, we get to go on to the shortest and, in my opinion, best stage out of the 6 I've played. So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. Thank you all so much for joining me tonight. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And feel free to join us probably tomorrow for the continuation of Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to getting some more info on No More Heroes 3 whenever it's dropping. Alright, Val, take care, man. I hope you get to feeling better. Just take it easy, Val. Alright? Until then, ladies and gents, bye-bye.